Yo, yo, yo. Title of the show is You Are Ready. Every time I come outside, somebody wanna act like Toyo don't know what he talking about. Every time I come outside. It kills me. It kills me. Salute the wolf. Salute the wolf. Every time I come outside, these motherfuckers want to fight. Every time I come outside, they want to fight Big Toyo. They want to stomp me. They want to call me retards. They want to do it to the. They want to do it to the old man. Hey, hold up. Let me make a count. Hold up. Hold up. I used to know it by heart, but now I got. All right, hold on. Let me see. So I make sure I. Let me see. Salute to y'all. Salute to the wolf, RBG. Salute to my brother Supreme. Go get it. Hold up. I'm trying to do something. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. How you do it? All right, there. All right. Yeah. Every time Victoria come outside, I got a scrap. Every time. Every time I come out, I got a scrap. Somebody always think Victoria don't know what he talking about, all that type shit. Boom, boom. Niggas don't even know. Niggas don't even know. Like they don't even. What niggas need to say? Niggas need to say thanks, man. Niggas need to say thanks. Niggas. That's how I feel, man. Niggas need to say thanks sometimes, man. Niggas, look, motherfuckers don't even know how to read the room and shit. That's very important to read the room. Now, this is what I be noticing all the time with our community, bro. This is what I be noticing. Like, yo, and I don't even give a fuck. It ain't gonna be no cut cards or nothing. Like we open our arms to everybody, and like people they got big balls when they come over into our community. Did you notice this shit? Like motherfuckers do, like they come in our community, they got big balls. Like basically the nerve of us saying shit about. I take it away as though you saying the nerve of us talking about Tom Gardner. That's what it all is. It's obvious. Like you guys can't talk about Tom. Like but you're not even reading the room. Like obviously these guys, if you bulldog, you should know these guys can talk about Tom. You should be able to. You showing your intelligence. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then you don't even recognize, nigga, when a nigga just soft touching you. Soft touch you. You dig what I'm saying? Like soft touching you, which means like being very respectful. When you're being disrespectful, you come over into a community and basically you so blind you don't even know the shit you saying is disrespectful. Ain't nobody ask you shit. TJ, motherfucking TJ. God damn it. Shit, we let you come over, let you talk and shit, let you say what you gonna say, whatever. Say thanks, motherfucker. The nerve of you. You questioning motherfuckers' identification and asking them how old they is and all of this shit because they said something about Tom Gardner, and then you wonder why somebody call you TJ. Like it don't, like you can't get why the relativeness of that, of somebody calling you TJ. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you TJ till you stop cheering for TJ. You dig what I'm saying? And matter of fact, nigga, I'm gonna tell you, once you go over into your community and do the same thing you doing over here and see what they do. Because I done seen you over there already before. I seen Bubba Max shoot your dreams down when you was trying to say you was starting your fucking line or whatever, your motherfucking whatever the line you talking about. And I never hated on your line, and I'm still ain't gonna hate on your line because you know what I mean. Boom, boom, boom. Like I don't even do that. But like your community hated on you. Your community told you gone crazy for even talking the shit you talking. That's what you got over in your community. But over here, we open our arms and say, hey, go ahead, talk. You smart. And yo, salute your dogs, bro. Boom, boom, boom. This is what you heard Big Toyo saying to you. But I seen you over there in your community and you was trying to say your little piece and they shot you the fuck down. You know what I mean? But you come over here and you want to talk shit to me, disrespect me, call me retard and all that type shit. And I ain't never called you retard. I ain't never said I was gonna stomp you out of nothing. I just called you TJ because you was standing up for Tom Gardner when my brother was sharing with the community some experiences he had by being a bulldog, his life experiences, speaking his truth on his truth that he should have been able to do. You did what I'm saying, but you're not reading the room, and we got you all up in the mix talking to somebody that you don't even have the credentials to be talking to him. And I'm kicking it to you like that. That brother that you was talking to while you was interrupting him and all that, that brother nonstop, you don't got the credentials to be talking to him in my book. You know what I mean? But we still let you come over and be at the cookout and eat. And while my brother was handling this business with Tom Gardner, giving him the boom, 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 bing, 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 nigga, shut the fuck up and eat your plate. Nigga, TJ. I'm tired of doing that shit. I'm tired of helping everybody else out. And the motherfuckers don't give nobody no respect. And motherfuckers acting like they don't, like what we gotta do to get the respect. All right, I'm gonna tell you. See, I'm gonna tell you like, I'm gonna explain it to you. I'm gonna just explain it the best way I can. I'm tired of you stupid motherfuckers acting like you can't read the room. And when you can't read the room, I'm saying whatever I want to you motherfuckers. And I'm gonna turn it up on you motherfuckers even more. Anytime I want to. Need to know that. Yeah. CJ, elevated, aka TJ, Tom Jr., standing up for motherfucking Tom Gardner. Fuck Tom Gardner, all them Bubba Max, all you niggas, all you niggas, all you fake ass motherfuckers that be talking shit, contradicting your motherfucking self. You motherfuckers, and you niggas should know. You know you was out here doing fucked up shit. You know what you was doing. And you think we ain't got a right to say something about that shit? And you niggas that don't know nothing about what we be talking about, shut the fuck up. Learn how to close your motherfucking mouth if you don't know what the fuck going on. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody catering to you motherfuckers. We enjoying our motherfucking self, talking to each other, whatever. And the people who hear it and like it, let them like it. But you motherfuckers gonna start getting dealt with like y'all supposed to be getting dealt with. Talk to any kind of motherfucking way. The most we could do on this motherfucking internet. You know what I mean? Since y'all don't know what respect is and all that shit. Green light for everything. Fuck you niggas. The shoe fit, you shoot the shoe fit. Y'all already know. Put them on. Y'all already know. Put them on. And don't expect me from no longer expect me to and salute again to my bulldog brother Dickie and all the other brothers that's not of my motherfucking race that I don't have no motherfucking problems with. Salute to y'all. And you already know it ain't for you. You already know the shoes don't fit you. You dig what I'm saying? But all the motherfuckers, yo, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm tired of that shit. And you niggas never said our names. Y'all never told people about the black people y'all know and got the dogs from. You buying dogs back from the black community and you putting your name on them and you talking shit. You able to do shit that we can't never do and y'all don't still give us no motherfucking respect. We don't want to get the motivation in the game. We always generate everything. We generate the motherfucking money all the time, whatever. We get locked up. We the ones that paid the heaviest motherfucking tithes for having these motherfucking dogs so we could talk the most motherfucking shit. You dig what I'm saying? And that's to all you niggas that don't like it. You dig? And I ain't no motherfucking top echelon motherfucking dog man. I'm a motherfucking regular man with curves that I call them curves. You know why I call them curves? Because I'd rather call them curves than you niggas try to act like y'all got souped up dogs. I'd rather say I'm proud of my motherfucking curves because it ain't nothing I could do to prove any different. Because I can't do nothing to shut you motherfuckers up because, we just can't do that. So, yeah, you can say Big Hill got curves, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what you niggas say. You dig what I'm saying? I'm showing them in a good light and whatever. But all that bullshit you niggas don't be getting, y'all don't be understanding when a nigga be out here trying to share some knowledge and be cool and shit like that. You niggas want to be still acting like y'all motherfuckers got the nerve to be talking like where y'all ain't supposed to be talking at. You dig what I'm saying? We gonna have to start putting some lines out here talking to you niggas how we supposed to be talking to you niggas. You did what I'm saying? And I'm serious. You know what I mean? Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. What's up, bro?
Oh man, nothing. No, get it off. Hey, get it off. I was sending you. I was about to get in there.
Right, man. I'm
Oh
gonna go ahead and
no,
stop.
real
I'm gonna go
talk,
ahead and stop
real
before I
talk.
fuck up. I'm gonna stop though before I fuck up because you know I fuck up eventually. But go ahead, bro.
Nah, you saying you speaking your truth, and it ain't just your truth. It's a lot of our truth.
Yeah, and motherfuckers be tiptoeing around that shit in our community. We ain't gotta be tiptoeing around that shit no more.
Uh-uh.
Y'all really want to be new dog man and shit. Start understanding and really stop biting your tongues and start understanding when you're reading the history and start pressing on these fake people.
Yeah, man.
If you want to, shit.
I know people talk about, oh man, these black drug dealers, but they deal with the cartel. So how you talk about black drug dealers when you deal with the cartel?
I'm glad you said that's another thing.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Hell yeah.
crazy.
Motherfuckers shoot out that shit like all that shit black, the black drug dealers and hip hop and all that.
And
Hey,
hey, what about Ricky Jones? What's the biggest buck? Ricky
did you
Jones.
praise them niggas? Praise them niggas and all that shit. Praise them niggas, but say we
Praise
messed
him.
up the game. Say we messed up the game. Say gonna allow you say Michael Vick name. You niggas, you old head white motherfuckers gonna blame that shit on Michael Vick, you telling ass motherfuckers. Don't be trying to blame it on Michael Vick.
When all y'all was in front of Congress,
Hell
but y'all
yeah.
Michael Vick didn't go in front of Congress snitching.
And they took his money. You niggas, you white motherfuckers got away with that shit. Try to throw all y'all spilt milk on that man like that. Y'all know what I mean? Boom, boom. Yeah, it's time. That shit ain't flying no more either. That shit ain't flying no more motherfucking either. Y'all motherfuckers did the most motherfucking telling.
Hey, Supreme, probably like the third. Hey, I probably been out there in 30 degrees and below before.
Oh, salute GHK. We got the elders in here. I got to watch my mouth.
Oh, a twin of them
Salute.
came in there.
Yeah, salute GHK. I
Say,
ain't
drop
even
the
see.
link. Drop the link.
Okay, okay. And one in here too.
And Supreme wanted to drop the link too. They got people cheering and when a dog thief get killed, but they done stole dogs before.
That's right. Motherfuckers get
Yeah,
killed.
man, done
Oh,
stole a whole two-time winner and talking about how bad dog thieves are, and y'all just this and that. You need to get what you deserve. But dang, I'm confused. Then you still a two-time winner?
oh man, oh man.
Oh no, people don't know about that. Oh,
Yeah, y'all, the link in the chat. Anybody come on in? What's up, bro? M1, Dorian Souls. Salute.
Dorian,
Yes, sir.
M1.
Yes, sir.
I can't really see the chat. It's peak every now and then. I'm over there humping and dumping.
All right, man. We make we make we make shit when we get into that shit, man. Whatever we like, our community, our community takes it to another level. And we need to be getting our props for that shit. We need to be getting our props for that shit. You motherfuckers, soon as the black community get together, start talking and doing the little shows and shit, I hear these these other guys coming out here, some of these white guys coming out here. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet because I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet. Y'all go ahead because we got the elders in here. Salute the legends, GHK and one. You know what I mean? I passed the mic. Y'all go ahead.
Salute,
You know, get y'all's off.
salute,
Salute.
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 Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Big shout out to Big Fam and the crew. Don't
What
start
up? What
now,
up?
Big Fam. Don't start now, fam, with that OG
I
shit.
was about to, I was about
You
to say
got
the
me,
same thing.
look, you got me crumped up. Don't you get started acting like you gonna just sit back all of a sudden. Keep it going,
Tell
fam.
him, Mo. Tell him. I was about to say the same thing. Tell him.
Yeah, man, they be getting it twisted though. They be getting it twisted out here. You already know, man. We be being nice to them, and they constantly be taking it for weakness, man. And you know it's bad enough we got to deal with each other, and then but we salute the other side. I don't want to make it a race thing, but we always be tiptoeing and be soft gloved with them, and I hate when they don't be like respecting the fact of what we doing. They think they supposed to be able to come over here and talk shit or whatever. No, we let you come over and talk shit. And then And then when they come over and they hear brother like Nonstop was saying this truth about Tom Gardner, the shit comes out of them when they start saying, like, they basically saying the nerve of him talking about Tom Gardner. And I'm saying, like, the nerve of you not letting that man say his truth. Like, and then they don't even be able to get the mic in their own community, but we let them, we make them somebody. We build them up. In their own community, they get shitted on and shit like that. And we let them come over here and talk and shit like that. But I'm tired of that shit because we got our own experts, we got our own experiences. We don't really need them. You know what I mean? I'd rather listen to y'all. I'd rather listen to y'all. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm tired of they lies and all that shit. And then we out here, I'm telling them about the lies and shit. They getting offended. They start saying shit like, you start hearing words like hip hop and drug dealing and
Big
all this,
rims.
all this type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what you really saying and shit. And you still lying when you said that because y'all did the most drug dealing and all that type of shit. Like, we don't just go around and saying that shit. Like, but y'all always pulling out that type of card on us every time. And then as soon as we start saying something, you say, oh, well, why are you pulling out the race card? Motherfucker, you put that card in the deck. You think a motherfucker ain't gonna use it? It's in the deck, ain't it?
Hell yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Now
Hell yeah.
the way they did, Tom. I don't have nothing against Tom, but see, I don't understand how a man can get in front of a podium. And that time, they when South Carolina said, and speak on the David Tance situation, and was damn near trying to explain the whole dog game, his version, and then turn around and I'm watching Tom video, and Tom make it clear that he deal with title dogs in 2025.
Yes, sir.
And ain't nobody raided his yard or done. He's shipping dogs internationally across the world, y'all. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with it, but I think there's something wrong with it because we can have just a dog on the leash and a breaking stick in our back pocket, and we automatically become a dog fighter and a drug dealer. Now, get me to understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of profiling, but goddamn, a dog, a breaking stick, a treadmill, medicine to take care of the dogs, and y'all use that to say we use this shit for dog fighting? For the purpose of dog fight? What happened to know we use this purpose to keep our dogs exercise? We use this medicine to keep them healthy. You know what I'm saying? These are things that any dog, man, not just American Pit Bull Terrier dog, man, they supposed to have that shit on deck anyway.
Yes, sir.
But because he's an American Pit Bull Terrier and you a black man walking around with that damn dog, they gonna come to your house and find something. That's the part I don't like. Because what's your defense to their bullshit when they lying? We've dealt with that. There's no defense to them when they stepping up on that podium. There's no defense to them because they trying you in the court of the public.
Public opinion, yeah.
That public opinion, telling enough lies or raising enough hell that by the time you get to court, there's no way in the hell you're gonna have the proper defense because you can't find nobody who's gonna be able to defend their bullshit because it sounds so bad. Well, hell, what if he's sitting up there lying? Because that's what they're doing. They're lying. They're taking the dogs. Y'all know what they look. Do y'all think out of 900 and some dogs they couldn't find home for all them pit bulls, or do you think?
Man, no.
I know damn well they ain't spending their funds to take care of no 900 and some fucking dogs.
They ain't spend their money to feed the dogs. And you see the type of stuff they feed them dogs. You talking about some slop? So how y'all supposed to be caring about these animals and you feed them nothing but slop? When they in your care, you feed them nothing but slop.
Right.
Yeah, they got flea infested. You got parvo everywhere. So the puppies, when they hit the pound, they automatically gonna die because y'all don't clean up behind it. Y'all hit that little spray and that be it. I know people who work at the animal control for years.
Me too.
Yeah, they don't take care of them dogs.
I
They
was
trying to get
trying to
them ready. They trying to get ready for the needle for they can get some more money and say, hey, government, this is what we need to put down these dogs. This is what we need for our budget, and they trying to spend all the money on it. They don't be taking care of none of them dogs, but none of it go to the health of the dog.
tell you, man.
Apostle said they feed them cornmeal. They feed them dogs damn near cornmeal.
I'm telling you, man, the biggest injustice I seen 24 hours after taking them dogs off our yard, the dogs was dead. 24 hours after they left that yard, they was dead. Now, my point on that is when we finally 3 years later we get into the court and you don't have no animal abuse charges, none of that, because they didn't have no evidence for that, so they couldn't charge with that. So they ran with the dog fighting thing when they found out guilty on that. And after all that said and done, somebody get me to understand what the purpose of actually killing those dogs. Nobody gonna answer that. Nobody gonna stand. Nobody's gonna be charged for that. Nobody's gonna pay for that because why would you kill the dogs? See, that shit burnt a hole in my brother. I'm like killing a family.
And they did the same thing with Floyd. They came and killed all the stuff.
Yeah. Took all that shit, all that good shit, killed it, and then in the end, what did they say? They didn't have
Sorry.
nothing. You're right. Sorry.
Here's 50. Here's 50. I'm sorry.
After nearly 200 years.
All them dogs. And I think the value they put on them wasn't nothing but $1,500, $1,000.
Yeah, I think gave him like 50 or something like that. I think.
But
All this work, all them generations of work, man. Dang.
he a strong man because
He shook back. Yeah, he shook back.
he shook back. But damn,
But
man.
other people don't never get hit.
See, I think Tom got that North Carolina situation locked down because he takes care of that little city of Henderson, whatever it is, down through there. But there's a whole lot of other guys out here that's in this community that's almost being scared away from it. Because they don't want the problems.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With us for goddamn 40 years. and knew it was a damn problem, knew the chances we was taking. Hell, they was taking chances long before we even got in the game. I mean, even though the law passed, I think in 1976, hell, even in 2002 into the early 80s, man, it was still a misdemeanor. You think that was gonna stop anybody from doing that? And you wouldn't believe how many damn sports figures and lawyers and doctors and shit that I've met along the damn way.
Oh yeah.
Damn pit. So I don't be understanding none of that. And as a community, we sit back and I don't mean to spit on the community, but yes, we actually sit back and just let it happen. We do.
Yeah. Yep.
We don't offer no opinions. We don't offer no signings to go out and protest against the shit that's going on. We just let it rock. But you see how they treated Buck City, though, right? You see how they stood outside the courthouses and made them people charge. And you see how they did that, right?
Yeah.
They did the same shit in my brother's case. They
Just
do
like,
it.
see, it looked just like they try and lynch somebody, like in the old movies and shit.
Yep.
String them up. That's how it looked like. And then they do the stereo. It's basically just like Unc said, shit. Like, you think we can't smell that y'all basically, this is the new stop and frisk. This is the new fucking stereotype situation. It's it's another way for them to get free money. And they always be getting it on both sides of our community. They sell us the shit and they lock us up for the shit. You dig what I'm saying? It wasn't too long ago we was running from them for the little weed we had. The little weed we had and shit, we running for our life. Now they done made it dispensaries for who to make money off of us. The same type shit. You dig?
Same shit.
And like I said, I don't even hate on the other community. Like my daughter mother is we got white all in our family, so it's not about that. But I gotta be able to this is the hand we dealt. We not lying over here. It ain't just us, And it's like Unc said, like for real, when we gonna realize that we just crying and shit, and we need to be doing some shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like and the community be like, for real change. I'm gonna tell you, we fuck with these dogs and all that type shit, but like to me, change ain't never gonna come unless we got people that's ready to fucking die. That's all it is, dude. And a lot of us is too already caught up in the swing. You got kids, you paying bills, you ain't doing that. You might feel this fire, but it ain't but so much you could do. You understand? And they know that. That's a part of them being able to oppress us and squeeze us like that, because they know that we are a type of people that we hearted. We got hearts and souls. So we're gonna be worrying about our kids. We're gonna be worrying about leaving somebody hanging. We just don't, it's hard for us to turn into that animal. And once we turn into that animal, though, it ain't no stopping us. But like we got hearts too. That's just my opinion.
But that's a good opinion, because with the dog, it comes down to the American Terrier. Damn right, you love them damn dogs. Anytime you got to go out there and clean up shit and warm them out and feed them and raise them, just like they do their goddamn cattle, just like they do their damn sheep and their horses. But then we get publicized. Like we have just created the next crucifixes of Jesus for having a goddamn pit bull. No, we need to pull together and not just create more shows. See, I'm a fan of the new thing, because it's going to be the new thing. It's supposed to be able to change the public concept and the way of thinking of having these dogs, because I have a lot of pit bulls in my neighborhood. And I'm like a piece of pepper and a whole grain of salt. Because I know damn well I ain't supposed to be where I am. You know what I mean? But all of them walk around with their pit bulls. They love them, and great family members, and everything. But I see how they control them, because they don't have no control. Them dogs sit in the cage. They get that one walk a day. When you get out and see everybody walking, you goddamn extend to set you down. Watch. Every morning, everybody out walking before they go to work. Damn well, they ain't gonna see that dog no more until later on that evening. And even then, let him out, throw some food in his pan, he back in the cage. Okay, that works for the average dog, but for me, that don't work for a pit bull. And then you want to know why, when you got him out there with the leash, and mine walk by, and her ears go up, and she get all perky and everything. And then all of a sudden, you see your shit reacting. I don't know why she's acting like that. She doesn't generally act like that. Well, don't worry about it. It's a pit bull. But she's not like your regular pit bull. I can't tell. She looked like a pit bull. She acted like a pit bull. You're acting like you've never seen this before. And see, that's where problems come in. They always talk about, I've never seen that before. But then, at what point did you realize that you had an American Pit Bull Terrier? It's not just educating the public. It's literally, we got to educate the law. Because somebody on this panel tell me, when did y'all ever have to train a damn pit bull to fight? I mean, you got your puppies out there and you see what they'll do to each other, right? Did you train them to do that, or were they born to do that? But I see other animals, that's Mother Nature doing what she do. But you'll get on a podium and sit there and tell people that we have to train pit bulls to fight. We just chunks of meat out of the dogs all over the damn place. I've never seen it. But if I'm trying to portray that to the public, or I'm trying to portray that to a jury who don't know no damn better, that lie becomes the truth to them. And that's how they're going to judge you, based on a lie. because we don't have enough information, to defend ourselves when it comes to the fact that you never caught me in the pit. My dogs, they're good dogs. All right, so I got a scar or two. That happens in a kennel accident. Who's to tell? How you gonna tell somebody when that kennel accident was? See, these kind of things helped us in our court case, but in the same token, it don't help other people's in their court case because they got somebody else doing the talking for them who don't know the damn thing about this people. Y'all feel me?
Yes, sir.
And I know sitting there looking at all that crazy time, when they throw that crazy time out there, you out here paying somebody, and you still, they just ain't getting it. Man, I tell y'all to stand 10 toes down on that shit, man. We needed it because if you don't, you're going to become a victim of their circumstances. Y'all keep quiet and think you can go out and keep on buying and doing all that shit on Facebook, and you don't have to be no part of that, but you're going to find yourself caught up in a situation. And who's going to defend you? Who can defend you better than you when you talk about your animal, your family member? That's the point that when we get on our show, we're trying to get across to you. Hey, it might sound crazy, but if you standing 10 toes down, don't let them on your yard. Get your cameras to protect yourself. Because I don't remember me ever telling anybody to go out and fight their dog. That's no wrong, man. You went and fought your dog because I said go fight your dog. No, I ain't never told you to go fight your dog. That was something that was going on way back long before I was even born. That dog was created for that purpose. Now, all of a sudden, we want to change that, but because I have this dog, I have to defend myself against something that I know I'm not. See, that's the part that hurts me, to see innocent people go to jail on evidence that doesn't even equate to a guilty verdict. A screwdriver sitting on a dog hospital, and now that this screwdriver became a weapon that a man uses to make his dogs fight.
Right. That's crazy.
That was the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. And they give that man 20 years, and then, yeah, you broke it down to 5, but hell, he got 15 on the shelf. Know what that means?
And we seeing that as a community, and we know that shit looks stupid as shit, but we gotta let that type shit fly. Like that's stupid as shit. Like they able to make stupid statements on us, and it still fly. Stupid statements though.
470 something fucking years, man,
Right.
for some dogs.
And they ain't ashamed to even say that shit on the shit.
That don't make sense to me. I want to murder. A man can commit murder, go do 20, and go back home. There's something wrong with that picture, man.
Yeah, and then the youngins look at that and they see that, like, some people, like a lot of people ain't dumb, man. You see that you lose respect for the it makes you lose respect for the people in charge. I mean, because like y'all went to college, y'all went to all this schooling to be lawyers and judges, and you do things like this. Like, and you think we supposed to respect that type shit? Like, this basically like you just hitting us with a ham upside our head with no
I've been
type of,
telling y'all,
with nothing, just smacking
yeah,
us.
I done told y'all for the longest, man. Different states, you'll get less time for killing a man than the charges they're gonna bring up on you about a dog.
Yep.
You
Oh
understand what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So a lot of folks didn't believe it, but I'm glad I spoke on it because I ain't gonna put no bad information out there, man. If I say it, it's because it's facts, bro. You'll get
It's
less
right.
time killing a man before you will a charge on a dog, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's sad. That's sad. That's sad. And you may necessarily not be mistreating or mishandling the dog. Is the whole thing about it. You're being falsely accused and charged of something that you're not even doing. Just because you simply got the dogs. And what it boils down to is we say We don't want y'all with these particular dogs, and y'all gonna do what we say or else. Where's the rights in that?
True.
Where's the rights in that? They got whole slaughterhouses all across this country. Slaughterhouses where they line them up and send them through there and hang them up and slit their damn throat while they hanging upside down.
Yep.
Cows, pigs, chickens,
Bleed them out.
but bleed them out, scald them, and dismantle them. And you don't think that's cruel? But my dog living on a chain that has a nice dog house is cruelty? Come on, man. Come on now.
You don't think it's cruel to have buying these little pedigree beagles, but you live in New York City where they'll never hunt.
Right.
They'll never
Wow.
they can't they going crazy in them little houses.
Going
They
nuts.
teaching them they scolding them and disciplining them for going crazy when they get a smell. But that's what they do.
I know it's no
You-
different between Mal Kant and motherfucking Tom Garner when it comes to dealing with these dogs. For the years that I've been
Zero,
here, I ain't
zero,
never known Mal Kant to be fighting a damn dog.
zero.
Never.
Never have
Nothing different.
I've never heard of him doing it neither. Never. Those are
Yeah,
false charges, trumped up charges, man.
a bunch of trumped up charges, and because of the, just because he says the title, when he got that dog, just like when Tom got NASCAR and all them other damn dogs, them dogs had titles, and he
Already.
and he promotes them titles and tell people to make sure y'all put his name in there, Garner slash so and so. But Mal Kant is being charged, y'all, for promoting dog fighting and selling dogs for the purpose of dog fighting. And to me, that was one of the most craziest things I've ever heard. Like the average mom and pop couldn't go to Mal Kant and buy a damn dog without being a dog fighter. Dog looks good.
Yeah.
You know, people buy a dog because they want a dog, and he's reputable. Y'all notice that he stayed in that nice ass neighborhood, and people didn't even know he had 100 and some dogs. Now you would
Because
think,
he took care of them. He kept them clean. He took the
right?
smell down. Just man, if you got 10 dogs, the work you got to do behind 10 dogs and all to keep them situated. Just imagine all he had. So you know he had to be on point with everything.
Had to be on point. Didn't see no dogs over none of that whole press conference. Did y'all see one dog that was malnutrition, scarred up, anything? Not everybody gonna have Mal kind of money to deal with that, or Floyd Boudreaux kind of money to deal with that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Not everybody got that kind of money.
But you gonna get jammed in that
You right,
position
white
because you
chocolate,
love this
all the
particular
way.
breed of dog. Yeah, you're gonna get jammed in that position because you love this breed of dog.
Yes, sir.
You can count on it. You can count on it because any type of conversation that you have, you got to watch what you say because folks are
Mm-hmm.
going to take it and put it in their own words and turn yours around. And hey, you stuck with it. You stuck
Mm-hmm.
with it. Once they label you, you're labeled, bro. It ain't no taking the label off, man. You stuck in that category. It's so unfair, bro. It's so unfair. My grandma had dogs behind the house, two of them behind the house when she died. Two pit bulls on the chain in the city limits. Now, what if they, you know what I'm saying, came over and tried to check one of the meters or something back through there, or did some work in the alley where they got to take up some of the slabs out the alley, and the dog steady barking because the dog ain't used to nobody being
Like
back there. You
being
know what I'm
back
saying?
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
He's
then and
doing his
then and then
job.
they look over the fence. They look over the fence and be like, "Oh shit, it's two pit bulls back here. Call the humane society. Call the dog catchers. It's two vicious dogs back here just because that they tired of a dog barking because this dog is defending his territory because there's something unusual going on behind his space."
He's doing what he's
My
supposed
granny
to
got a
do. His
charge.
job.
Right. But now my granny gonna end up with a charge. What if they to
Charge
put a
right.
charge on my grandma before she passed? Man, you talking about an 80-some-year-old woman who loved pit bulls, bruh. You was gonna get my granny a charge if that in that scenario too. That shit is all bullshit. That shit is all bullshit. I know plenty of elderly folks who would rather have a damn pit bull than a gun as protection for their home, for self protection at home. They would rather have a pit bull than own a damn gun because you know a lot of folks don't like dealing with firearms.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm right now driving in
many
the
people
area
love
right
them
now where
damn
they do
dogs.
that. All them old folks out here in
Yeah,
DC got little pit bulls. You know,
you see what I'm
at one point
saying?
you couldn't have no gun in DC. So they, hey, trust me, old ladies walking their pit bulls. I just drove past them when she had a blue one. She looked like she got to be in a, late 60s, maybe early 70s, and she just walking her little blue pit bull.
So you mean to tell me? So here go another case of scenario. Say another person walking up the sidewalk that they gotta come past her, okay, and then she perfectly restrains her dog like she's supposed to, but the other person's little dog, whatever breed it may be, is going wild and buck wild on the chain. So this person be on the leash. So this person picks up the phone and says, I have an elderly lady out here with a vicious pit bull. This pit bull ain't said nothing, not a word, ain't barked, ain't did shit. The woman moved out the way of your path so you can come through with your shit eater, and your shit eater going crazy trying to, aggravate the damn dog. If
Oh
them
yeah,
people come out there, they mean to tell me that they gonna give this elderly woman who's simply walking her dog that hasn't got out of control at all whatsoever. But just because she got a damn pit bull, y'all gonna come and fuck with her?
oh, oh yeah, that happened. That happened out here with the with my mom's when she had one of my dogs. They try to tell her she move. She got to leave from the dog park. Boy, that ain't
See,
y'all
see,
that dog ain't the problem.
that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit right there. That's that bullshit. You can't have protection. You can't own pit bulls. You can't have but so many cars in front of your house. Hey man, all this shit narrows down to straight what? Pointing straight at us. Everybody else do it. It's motherfuckers who got 7, 8 Rottweiler kennels in their backyard and 4 or 5 vehicles parked in front of their house. They ain't knocking and kicking in their door talking about, oh yeah, it's drug trafficking and dog fighting going on here. But as soon as you black and you got 1, 2 pit bulls and maybe 3, 4 cars that you can conveniently switch from that you don't work hard for and pay for,
hey,
they gonna put some investigation on your ass behind some
hey,
stupid ass bullshit.
that's exactly what happened to us. One of the other times, like first time they came, the man even came. The man even came and said, when he came to the house with the dogs, he said, "You got all these cars and you got all these dogs. What else do you think we think you doing?" But what you mean?
Man,
What you mean? What you mean?
man.
All these cars? Everybody in this house is a college is in college right now. Everybody who stay in the house got a car. So you would see like, oh man, they got 6 cars because it's everybody in the house got a car. Everybody
Yeah.
grown in college and stuff, and then of course the parent and you got 5 dogs out there. So they gave them
And
all
they
back
young
to me. They
people.
came with the news and everything. They came back and gave them all back.
Yeah, that
I
would have
was,
been a hell of a lawsuit.
hey man, did the dogs when they came back? They, they didn't bring the camera. They didn't bring the camera people with them. I know when they first came, they probably had the cameras with them. But
Oh
when they
yeah.
came back and they had to bring the dogs back, was the cameras out there?
No, no, no.
Hell
We
no,
this
probably.
no hell no. They came back and questioned us like do a follow up like 2 days later. And
Uh-huh.
they did bring the cameraman out there, and that's when the neighbor who called the police, the old white guy kept on calling the police. He fell in the ditch, so we helped him getting out the ditch. And the dude said he was gonna show us helping the dude get out the ditch, because he always fall in the ditch. He had like one leg, so he always used to fall in the ditch. Like almost like 2 times a week. And we always the one, cause they're our neighbor. We go pick his his little angry self up, but they ain't show it. But when I went to go pick up the dogs, I'm glad they didn't show up because
What up, fam?
We couldn't hear you. Non-stop. You falling off. Falling off. You drowning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nothing but facts, nothing but diamonds, y'all dropping, nothing but jewels.
You leave a dog in the yard. Okay, they don't want you walking the dog.
Mhm,
They don't want you walking them. They're gonna say they're dangerous. They're at risk of attacking somebody else's dog. This, that,
mhm,
and the other. But they want you to exercise. Okay,
mhm.
well, they done took the freedom for us to walk in the public with these dogs without a muzzle and all this extra equipment you gotta have to exercise these dogs. Okay, everybody ain't got these dogs for that purpose. Everybody don't own or a vicious dog. Everybody don't require a muzzle for their animal. And you still cannot walk your dog, so you got no choice but to get a treadmill so your dog just don't get obese and unhealthy. If they come to your house, bro, and they see a treadmill, man, they get erect, bro. They get super excited, bro. They know,
So
oh, whoop, we got them. Here goes something.
that treadmill just became dog fighting paraphernalia. Same thing with a breaking stick. They see a breaking stick, you know what I'm saying? The first thing they gonna say, that's dog fighting paraphernalia. You know that, right?
Right, right,
And I'll be like,
right.
you know, if you really think about those type of things, you'd be wondering, well, what made the dog fighting paraphernalia? So if a human being can have a damn treadmill, every other animal, as far as dogs, you can have a treadmill. But because I had this pit bull, the treadmill, but that treadmill all of a sudden became a piece of paraphernalia for dog fighting. Y'all will
Right.
not believe that they will come and tell a lie. Now remember, now you're being judged based on that same conversation because that piece of equipment is a single charge on top of other charges that you have.
Yep.
How do you defend somebody sitting there trying to tell you that that treadmill and that pit together creates a situation where I have to defend that treadmill from being a piece of paraphernalia for dog fight? Y'all ain't never seen me in a dog fight. This dog looks good, but I have to defend the fact that I have a treadmill and a pit bull. Where is there a law to say I can't?
Well,
Now,
only
I can
thing I
say
can
this
say
all
is
day. I mean, really, I can say this all day, but imagine what that feels like standing in front of a jury who don't know no better. That's what we're dealing with, y'all. Understand, that is undefensible. When you're talking to a bunch of people who have no idea of what they're listening to except for what's supposed to be the experts. I told y'all they took a set of ear clamps and in front of that jury, they said we use that to open up dogs' chests, all that shit.
wow.
This lady was a
Wow.
13-year veterinarian working for the county from jail, and she gonna sit in front of that jury with all those qualifications and make that statement in front of that jury. And even all the way down to how we supposed to use it. Had it in their hand, they spread the chest open, and they go in and they fix what's done, and they actually sew them back up. Okay? Imagine how the jury looks at shit like that because she said that.
That's the nail in the coffin.
That's supposed to be the nail in the coffin for us because the only thing that got her, dumbass, is when you hand her a book with the ear clamps in it and make her read that to the jury. What is that? What does it say that is? What did they say it's used for? Now pass the book around to the jury, and let me ask you, is that same piece of equipment that you see in that book the same piece of equipment that's sitting in front of you that you're using as evidence as a chest opener? Do you know we didn't get an answer, y'all?
Wow.
Do you know
Yeah.
not even the judge would make her answer that question? Because at that
Because
point
if they
in
would
time,
have answered that question truthfully, that would have ruined their credibility on what the picture they was trying to paint of y'all. If they would have answered that question truly, yes,
she would have perjured herself.
Yes.
She knew she was going to perjure herself, that she wouldn't even answer. I would have preferred she had said, I plead the fifth. I was hoping she had said anything other than to sit there and say nothing.
Exactly.
And pressed her on it. Your Honor, that's a yes or no question.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, you can make an answer, but you just badgering the witness. What?
Look. Look.
You got to be kidding me. Badgering the witness, and it's the same woman that sit there trying to tell this same jury that this is a chest opener for operations on dogs.
Making y'all take that. Making y'all take that. Like you can't even question them on that. Like what?
On the obvious. See, in her situation, she was stuck on the obvious. That same piece of tool that you use as paraphernalia and all this other shit, but it really came down to what it really was. You have no answer. And that's how we look at these treadmills. What made that treadmill all of a sudden become a piece of paraphernalia for dogfighting? What? Is there somehow missing here, fellas? And y'all know what happens. Y'all hear it all the time. The medicine. So what's supposed to be the defense to that? You know, somebody know a pit bull lawyer?
We still looking, still searching.
Because if you ever find a good one, we need to share that with the community. Because right now, they doing what they want to do and how they want to do it with no repercussions to how they doing it and when they do it. They can actually come in your yard, take your shit and lie about it, kill your shit, and you be like me and us. Floyd Boudreaux. Remember Pat Patrick? I remember Pat Patrick's situation. When they came and took his shit and arrested him and his wife.
Nah, I heard about it, but I don't know the details.
Well, shit, the judge looked at him and seen them old ass people and said, get that shit out of here.
Okay.
Man, been having them dogs all them damn years, and you gonna try to tell me that he out here fighting dogs? He might have been, but the fact is, the man was damn near 90. What is y'all doing? Look how long Pat Patrick been in these dogs, man, and all of a sudden, this was their way of cutting the head off the snake. Can y'all imagine the amount of great dogs was destroyed by these people? They killed whole bloodlines, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Whole bloodlines. I know a couple champions and grand champions that snatched off a yard and just killed. But no evidence of nothing being wrong. That happened right down there.
I didn't know. You know, I didn't know nothing about what had happened or none of that shit. Somebody had told me the other night. So Malcat, I got jacked off, fucked off in the situation. I didn't know nothing about it. I hadn't heard nothing about it or nothing until like 2 nights ago, and I didn't hear no details. I didn't know if it was true or false, but obviously it's true. I guess now I hear from my people. So yeah. I didn't know I did that man like that. I've never heard of that man doing anything illegal with no dog, man. Not nothing. I've never heard him doing nothing illegal.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. I know he dealt with good dogs, and he had a breeding program.
But that go right back to what you said, though. You did it go right back to what you said. That title. But how many other people still to this day is claiming that title? Tom do it. They ain't fucking with him.
Nope. There's a lot more people other than Tom that has been doing it. You know, I'm sitting here watching Triple J. Even with the case he got, he's still walking pit bulls. Give me understand that. We couldn't even be around a fucking dog when they sit there.
You know what I'm saying?
You better not even look at the dog magazine.
Hell no.
You know what I'm talking about?
You better not be in PetSmart.
Better not be caught with a sack of feed.
Right, right.
They had the nerve to come to my house. Brother was at the house. I got dogs. So you know the dog man came to see my brother there and they tried to violate his probation while he was out for his trial. Hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all ain't gonna tell me who's gonna be at my house and who's allowed to come to my house. That don't make no damn sense. But you know he can't be around dogs. Do you see him around dogs? Do you see him standing right here talking to you with me? And then trying to slide back later on and go ask my wife, oh, can I use your bathroom? Like she gonna open his name in the house. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Trying to get around to the backyard to get a chance to see the dog, and he got to go a whole block over, and the camera catches him standing on a fence with a camera. This is how dirty they be. And they'll use that and they'll lie about it. My thing is, if you don't sit back and fight them, and that's a risk to try to fight something, that you have to be able to present yourself to something that most of us are not used to defend ourselves, because we can't pay this person to do anything because he don't know nothing.
Hey,
Look how far that shit has to go to even be sitting up there. I mean, look how far you had to go to be in a trial with some damn ear clamps for a dog, cut the dog's ears and try to present that to a jury as a chest opener. The dog fighters use. I mean, how does some evidence like that even make it that far, y'all?
Shit, I know they got pulled. They do what they want to. They make up the laws as they go. And they stick
Listen,
them on folks.
this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Yes, that's how that treadmill become a piece of paraphernalia. Because you got two things: being black, with a pit bull, and a treadmill. I'm just saying, if that ain't racial profiling, y'all tell me what it is. Because see, some people say stereotype.
no, you right. You right.
That's
You right.
exactly what
I'm
it is.
That was the
I'm
word I was. That was the
right.
word I
Yeah.
was supposed to use earlier. Profiling
Right.
instead of
Okay.
stereotyping. That was the word I was supposed to use. You right.
Okay.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
See, that's profiling. That's for me anyway. That's profiling. You know, at the finest.
You right. You right. You exactly right. And that play they put on y'all was vicious though, like, cause from what when y'all was explaining it to us, like basically like it was another dog man in y'all community basically that probably looked at y'all as competition, and his family was the dog catcher, and so he put the squeeze on y'all for not getting down with him basically. basically, eh, basically the dog catcher, he had family in the dog catcher jump, and he used that against you. And they was the
Yeah.
same people that basically brought you to court. And meanwhile, so basically another dog man's family had his hands all in that shit is what I'm trying to say. That's what's crazy.
It's Fetzel's Grand Champion Saloon.
That's how
And
this
that thing,
dog game is. That's how this dog game is, man.
and all because he asked Mo for a puppy and Mo told him no. That's what created that drama. Because he never could
What
get over
created that drama?
He asked, the dog catcher dude asked Mo for a puppy. And Mo told him no. He said, you can save yourself a lot of trouble by just giving me a puppy. You know? Mo said no. Because Mo know who his people is. I'm giving you one of my puppies to take over there. You know? That's what caused all the drama.
Wow.
That's,
You either gonna give me a damn puppy, or we gonna put the squeeze on you.
yep. Uh,
That's just like that. That's just like in the neighborhood. that in the neighborhood, you know, if you was ever out there and you got that person that's in the neighborhood that you grew up with them, the old head, whatever, they on the drugs or whatever. Don't nobody, you can't do nothing to them, and they in the game where though they first thing the card they use is, I call police on you. You better give me something.
Yep,
That's right.
quick.
That's right.
And that's how the game is, and that's how all games is. Them snitches and the police and all that. All games gonna have them pieces on the board. We all know that shit. All that shit is gonna be on the board. Sad, but it's true. And they doing their jobs. The snitches doing their jobs. The police doing their jobs. So basically, like, if people don't want no trouble, you gotta stay all the way out the way. But with our complexion, you know, it don't even really matter if you staying all the way out the way. The hunt is on.
Oh, it's on. Look, it's a difference when you're out there and you're doing things wrong. Like we in the streets, we doing dogs. We know the risk that we take. Everybody up in here, I've been up in some big ones. Everybody up in here know what we doing is illegal. Remember, we always had that speech in the very beginning. You know what I mean? If any police up in here, back in the day, they used to do that type of shit. You weren't bringing those cell phones. Everybody getting searched. It just wasn't one of them things. It was something that we didn't know what we was doing. My point on even on that situation, we have to take, the risk and take whatever comes with the risk. That's a whole lot different than when you got somebody like Mal Kant sitting over there, ex-football player who already had a little money, and his passion and his hobby was his dogs. And if I'm gonna be dealing with dogs, being an athlete, I'm gonna be competitive. I'm gonna be dealing with good dogs. He wants to be known for producing good dogs. He don't
Right.
care what you do with that dog.
It ain't his business.
Application is right. None whatsoever. And because he says champion this or champion that or off a grand champion, I mean, that man said the dog is off a grand champion Mayday, and Jeep, one of these well-known dogs. And I'm like, man, them damn dogs damn near 30, 40 years old. Gone, been gone. I mean, dead gone. And because that was in the pedigree, because that's how he advertised it, made him a dog fighter, a dog for the purpose of dog fighting films. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. What would be his defense for something that is a fact? Do you pay somebody to sit there and try to tell these people that? Because when you sit there listening to it, on them newscasts, and they running for about a week, they're running to the well run dry. That you're gonna find 12 people that's gonna, have your life in their hands. Don't know a damn thing about this people. And they got to make a determination based on what's being said today. I would never take a chance. You heard Mo say he went through damn near 4 or 5 lawyers, right?
Right.
Because if you can't understand the obvious, then don't even mess with it. Get rid of them.
Right.
Because keep coming back to them, well, they got this and they got that. That don't mean a damn thing. That medicine don't mean nothing. Hell, they subpoenaed
He's supposed to have a county.
Well, we had the damn, they subpoenaed the damn vet that kind of took care of us over all them years. And the man told them that they was their witness. You told me about all the medicine. You told me the things to keep on the yard. You told me how to do all that, right? Yeah. For a lot of dogs. I want you having a ring all into the office. I love it. But you've been doing business too long. This is a veterinarian for the damn prosecution. And when we got him to say that, man, it was so much that we could get them to say based on their evidence, even to where, the journals don't even matter. I don't even know why you got the journal in there. Remember, everybody keep talking about the journal. Remember, they're even trying to use videos to associate with crimes and shit. But the fact is, man, that First Amendment, your right, and the fact that the law says I have to be found guilty beyond, you know, beyond any reasonable doubt. But you can't defend the obvious, like the air, like the treadmill, the ear clamps, break stick, the selling of a dog. See, that right there, I'll have some type of, we talk about it, but we don't talk loud enough. Because, if we talk too loud, they're going to be coming anyway. See, I love that part now because you can come out and you don't be, you're not going to be introduced to people. Introduced to some stone cold killers around here now. Y'all did that. May go everywhere we go. Because I want you to act the same way that y'all did with them pit bulls. Act like that with these.
Even when that dude, yeah, even when that dude was out there, these is never contradictory things that we just take with a grain of salt, and we still go ahead and salute him and shit. But like, if I'm not mistaken, it's a guy out there that we gave him we saluted his work for us. He could put one in shape like a motherfucker. But his father was a judge. Now you
Yeah.
give me the name, but like that's the shit we be dealing with.
Was it
Yeah.
Barney Fife?
Exactly.
Yeah. Judge Caliber. This is fine. You want to got me. You can pull up in Ohio, state of Ohio versus Michael Davis. He was a judge on the case. That motherfucker was mad as hell. I would kill that shit and had to go in front of the Supreme Court. And even then, I didn't use a lawyer. Because how you going to be charging people for having no insurance on a pit bull? That didn't cross, that didn't make no sense to me. And this was supposed to be ordinance in the state of Ohio, like a law, not the ordinance, because the city was the one pushing the ordinance. But it made it up to the county. Now, if y'all think about that, does anybody know anyone who has dog insurance? Who's going to insure a pit bull, y'all? What insurance company
I don't know.
created that would
Do them,
insure
do
a
them
pit
companies
bull?
even do them insurance companies insure pit bulls up?
I never found one. That
Oh
was my
yeah, you can get your dog insurance because there's some places in the DMV
Yeah,
that.
but I ain't never heard of no pit bull. Even when we had Rottweilers, German Rottweilers, me and my kid's mother.
Uh-huh,
They said we had to get insurance on them, bruh. And
uh-huh.
don't you know we couldn't find no insurance company that would tote them Rottweilers for us?
Oh,
contact. They don't. It wasn't. You can't even put it on your home insurance
Right.
because you can't even live certain places based on the type of dog you have.
Yep.
and did you say that they trying to tie some laws they making now trying to tie them dogs to your property, whereas though you getting your property took and everything behind some shit. I think.
Now that's been like that for a while though.
Oh,
If your
okay,
dog
okay,
get
okay.
off your yard and it does damage to somebody off that yard, you're gonna get not only a criminal case, you're finna get a civil case because you're responsible for the dog. That kind of shit makes sense because if you pay more attention to what you can lose, you can do some of the, you know, dumb things like forget to lock the gate, forget to
Mm-hmm.
check the chain, forget to
Uh-huh.
check the cameras. I mean, those are the simple things that prevent major things from destroying your life.
Yes, sir.
The simple things. And I would love to see everybody stick to the simple things first.
Real talk.
Because we take care of the simple things, that gives us a chance to feel comfortable enough to go deal with the shit that really need to be dealt with, and that is how they doing the dumb shit that they doing. See, I like the fact that we can catch them on the camera, looking over the fence. I like the fact that while you stand up there talking on this bullshit, while you recording, I'm recording too. I like the fact that I can tell you, you want to come on my yard, and I tell you no. Those are the things that we ain't doing enough of, because right now they feel like they can do what, and they actually do.
Dang, old head fell off. Old head fell off. GHK fell off. Dang. Somebody. He was talking so much shit. Everybody came around that motherfucker.
Hey, that's what happened with me. I was talking and my phone said too hot, and it shut down. I said, "What, too hot?"
God dang.
I done left it next to the grill.
Oh,
Dang.
good grief. Good
I done
grief.
left it next to the grill and then it cut it off.
Salute GHK. Salute. If you listening, salute, bro. Salute. You dropped fire while you was up in here. Thanks for coming
Come
through.
and drop some knowledge and then roll out.
Yes, sir. Yes,
He done
Check
sir.
dropped the
this
mic.
out. Check this out. This what needs to be done to half-ass cover yourself. Man, y'all fellas, man, start getting these dogs in some of these shows, man, these confirmation shows. Get you some trophies, get you some ribbons. Keep track of all your vet history. Have all that on deck, man. You got to, bro,
Mm-hmm.
because anything go down, man, you want to have something and somebody to say, hey, different than what them folks is trying to put on you, man. Because
Oh
listen,
yeah.
it's a cold, cold game, boy. It's a cold game. I'm gonna tell you that now. If you ain't got no trophies and no certificates and plaques for participating in some of these confirmation shows, and you got dogs out there, you got equipment, they gonna hang your ass, bro. That's just all there is to it, and you ain't gonna have nobody to stand up in your defense. It's hard to find a lawyer that's gonna defend you on some cruelty to animal charges dealing with a dog. Most of them ain't gonna touch it. And if they do grab it, they're gonna grab it just for the money and not gonna know the legal laws behind that shit. They're gonna be doing what I'll say. Oh, well, they came at me with such and such and such, and I gotta relay this message to you. No, you ain't supposed to be doing it like that. You supposed to be relaying the message to me and following up, telling me, but I got a counter for that.
Mhm.
This is
And
how
one,
I can shut that down.
man, it's good to hear your voice, man.
Who is that?
It's Supreme.
What's happening, little bruh? How you
That's your
doing, man?
protege. That's your protege. Yeah, that's your protege. Ain't that
Yeah,
one?
man. I ain't heard anyone. I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. I'm glad to hear your voice, brother, man.
Hey man, I pop in every now and again, bro, just on some low key shit,
I've been keeping. I've been
Can't deal
trying to
with.
keep it right. I've been trying to keep it right while you been gone. And what that motherfucker used to show off early, man. That motherfucker used to show off, boy. He bite me and everything, but like he right now though, and when he right.
I've been listening to him. I've been checking him out. Y'all done did, some good work with him. Y'all done calmed him down and taught him how to settle down. He used to be a barnstormer. He used to be a barnstormer. He don't know how to settle down, but now he do. It's a good thing. It comes, with knowledge and maturity. You sit
Yes,
around the
sir.
old heads, you soak that up, and it makes you better. The
Yes,
same way
sir.
I did it when I was coming up, even in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? I still, to this day, I call Uncle Neil. Whenever I got a problem, you feel me, that I need a better opinion on or a second opinion on, I'm calling Uncle Neil, bro. I ain't worried about it. So it's a good thing. It's growth, it's maturity. It's growth and maturity. And believe me, it's hard to get control of it. It's hard to get control of it. So I salute him. I
Yes,
Yes,
salute him.
sir.
sir. Salute, Supreme.
Hey man, what I got y'all on here, y'all, we've been doing this going on 3 years. Big fan, nonstop. Everyone, I like y'all.
Oh.
I like y'all because y'all keep it real. You know what I mean? And that real might come out harsh sometimes because we all different as individuals. But we all be speaking the same issues. We all sound the same, but with different opinions on how we, present it to our listeners. Supreme is young to this. Y'all know that. But Supreme did something for me
Yeah,
way
yeah.
back in the day. I'll never forget him for that. We had two subscribers short of 1,000. So I happened to say that. And Supreme came right through. He was at work. He said, hold on, I'm going to go get you them two right quick. And he did.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yes,
a man
sir.
about his business, because there was a whole room of people that could have did that, but he was the only one that did that. You know what I'm saying? That's a good man.
He need
Oh yeah, for
come
sure.
back.
Yes, sir. Good looking.
One more, don't need come back.
But again, that's why Supreme, I speak on that for you, because I watched you grow up in this game. What you go through, bro, ain't no different than what everybody else went through when we were young. But you're gonna learn from the things, man, and you're gonna be better at it. All you gotta do is stay who you are. Don't let nobody change you from who you are. Don't try to get
That's
in or
right.
fit in. Keep being who you are. Don't try to get in or fit in. That ain't what's happening. Just keep being you, and they have to appreciate you for who you are. And that's why I speak so highly of you, because I was in the damn near back then. We had 700-800 people when we first started out with this show. Out of all them people, you stepped up. So
Yes, sir.
that,
Supreme.
I never forgot that.
Yeah, I knew he was in good hands, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't nothing for me to worry about. You know what I'm saying? My brothers, they got him. They ain't gonna let him just go astray, you know what I'm saying, leading him down the wrong path. I knew he was straight. I just
That's
wondered,
it.
was he gonna settle down, and I'm glad he
Right.
did, because barnstorming, man, ain't good all the time. You feel me? I had to catch myself a lot of times. So that's another reason why I bagged up off, you know what I'm saying, jumping on all the time, because it's a lot of things that people say that I should not let bother me, that I let trigger me. So, I had to gain control of that there too. You can't just say anything you want to me, but when you're online, yes you can. So I had to get some grips on myself and sit back and settle down, self control. That's
Yeah,
all.
the main
That's
thing.
all
That's
I
the
needed.
main thing. Cause especially, you're a black dog, man. You especially, coming from there as a black dog, man. What I'm saying. We need you push through that shit. Cause you know how it is coming from the back. Being a black dog, boy, they be thinking you got to clock up your ass and all that shit. Think you a rough curve. So you know what I mean. That's why you get tested in life like that. See, you know what I mean. You got to represent. But salute to you
Look,
though, bro. Salute to you though, bro.
bro,
For real.
look, listen, y'all need to really be following that motto. That motto is don't talk about it, but be about it. Y'all know, I know where you coming from, Big Bam. I know where you coming from.
You scared me when you challenge me like that, GHK. You put the press on me when you be saying that shit.
Shit, man. Damn right, because you talk that shit. You can talk that shit all you want, but I ain't about all that talk.
I know
I'm going to
that's
say what I got to
right.
say. I'm done.
You
I
feel
know
me?
that's right,
See,
bro.
that's my problem. That's my problem. I'm just like, but see, I gotta learn. I had to learn, to pull the reins back on myself. I want, if you gonna don't talk about it, be about it, because I'm the type that's gonna come through and see about it.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
I had
sir.
to learn how to put the reins on myself. You feel me? Because that's what I'm about. I will pop up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing. Uncle tell you, I'll pop up. I'm still here right now. I done been back home to the West Coast. I done been to, to LA for my grandson's birthday party, and I'm right back home in Florida. You feel me? I'm back in Miami doing my thing, driving these trucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting a good litter to hit the ground in the next 2 weeks on my birthday. And I'm happy, bro. Everything good. But it's a building back up process. I took a major loss, bro. I took a major loss. Major
Oh,
loss. Lost everything. But it ain't how you fall, it's how you get yourself back up.
that's right.
How you get yourself back up? How you gonna bounce back? Is you gonna lay there and let them kick on you like a cur? Or is you gonna bounce back up on your feet and come back through scratching? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep
It's
scratching. I got to.
S2W,
I
baby.
got to.
S2W. Scratch the damn it.
So, scratch the win. Scratch the win. I gotta keep coming. So it's curves, and if you know better, you'll do better, bro. And I know better, so I got to do better.
Man,
Yes,
you
sir.
take that man thinking in any part of your life, trust me, your life will be so much better. Always be that person. Always things. And like I talk about the simple things. The simple things is don't be talking all that shit, because I'm down with people standing in my face talking that shit. You be saying that shit, because I will let you.
Yeah, I
See,
can
talking
dig
ain't
it.
never done nothing but cause a lot of damn heartbreak calling it a shit. Then all of a sudden now we want to talk about I was just what. Sometimes when you get mad enough, you go somewhere, you find yourself doing things that you wish you had to just let this get by. See, on this internet shit, I took it that way. Y'all, I'm an open book. Search around, find out whatever you want to find out, because that's what this is the time that we live in. Y'all know that. What you don't know is how I react to shit that I don't like. That's because they don't know you. Some people ain't
then when it comes, it just really it really did something different to me because it came from people within, people that's supposed to be family. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do nothing to them or do nothing about it, so you got to just suck it up and keep on rolling and pick yourself back up while everybody else in the situation continuing to shine. It's cool. It just let me know who real and who ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta stick to the real ones and just cut the fake ones out. Just let the fake ones continue to stay fake. That they're gonna tell you off the top. They're gonna show you they fake. So once they done showed you and you done got it, a clear understanding of who they are, it just bag off, man. Just bag off, bro. Don't even be concentrating on get back, retaliation, none of that, bro. Just bag up and pick yourself back up and make it better than the last time. That's all. That's all you can do, and that's the best. That's the best thing to do.
I'm glad to
Pick
hear you
yourself up,
back.
dust yourself off.
I'm glad to hear you back, fam. Man, you've been talking here lately. Man, I got your last text, so that really messed me up. But I'm glad to hear you talking today. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad
Yeah,
that you got, things doing good for you and everything. But hey, how fast you pop back though, baby? But I ain't been but a month.
yeah. It ain't been but a
So
month, but
I know you a bulldog. You
it's
know
either
what's
do
up.
it or die.
That's right.
It's either
You
do it
know
or
what's up.
die. I ain't gonna die. I ain't finna lay there and let them just kick and shake all on me. I can't do it. It just, you. I don't know. Sometimes you think that what you're doing is the right thing to do, but then if you sit back and look, it's more of a emotional reaction than the right thing to do. So going off them emotions and all that, man, you got to cancel all that. You got to cancel all that, kill all that emotional, all that
Y'all know
just in your feelings type of situation. Nah.
when I be sitting up there coming in on my little philosophy thing, what we call it, I don't like the philosophy type shit because I be trying to get to certain points because I know I'm talking to grown people. So when I'm talking to grown people, I'm looking at y'all like y'all already know. Y'all should know. And any time you're doing any type of transaction, that is called a business transaction. There is no family. There is no friends in any business that you do. That's the worst thing that you can do in business is to hire a family.
And then you absolutely right. And I knew that. And I knew that from the beginning. And I still put my trust in it anyway. And that's exactly what I get. Because I knew better and I knew better and I went against the grain. I
Yep.
went against the grain and fucked around and caused splinters, but it's all good. It's all good. It's done. And guess what? I ain't lose none of my dogs. I lost everything else. I lost everything else. BMWs, the furniture, the crib, the all that. But one thing I did not and I refused to lose was my house. I lost my bitch and everything, bro. But my house wasn't going nowhere. So I feel like I won. I feel like I won.
And you're still
Yeah.
winning. One, you're still winning, fam. Love you, baby. Look, man,
Appreciate you, Uncle. Love y'all.
this is the kind of attitude, man. Y'all got to be able to get out here and make changes with that same type of attitude. I sit back and watch a lot of guys on this YouTube. We talk history, but we also try to keep the reality of talking about. And when I hear people stuck on forget about what the old school doing, I'm still sitting here watching what the new school doing, and I'm just saying they really ain't doing shit. I come from,
Yeah.
I came from a generation of shit. This is what we used to do, y'all.
Shit, we try to make big moves out here. We try to make big moves out here. Hey, we
Yeah,
try. We. Hey, look, we try. We try. You see us trying. You see us trying to make moves. You see, it ain't gonna be easy. You see us trying transfer the shit. And we got to deal with the in-house shit. The in-house
yeah.
shit is what's going on right now. Right now it's the in-house shit. Once we get through the in-house shit, we can act accordingly when we outside. But right now,
Okay.
it's a bunch of the in-house shit. Like we get setting standards and officialness, who's official, what's going on. So it's a little in-house squabbles and shit like that. That's how I look at it. Until we all agree upon how we move in this thing. You know what I mean? So that's why we need your constructive criticism. Stay on our ass. Stay on our ass. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we concentrate. No, we trying to stay focused. We trying to stay focused.
I would
Hey,
like to
because
see.
even though it's gonna be constructive criticism, one thing about it, they're gonna criticize to get you right. But if you ever need them and you reach out, they're gonna help you immediately without no questions asked, bro. It's gonna be some healthy, honest criticism. But it just don't stop with the criticism. If you ever need some help and you good, well, Uncle them. They're
No,
gonna
like
see
I
about
know.
you
I think yeah, you right in one
through
salute.
my
Yeah,
hard
I want them
times,
to stay on our
through
ass.
my
Yeah,
hard
stay on our
times.
ass. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
through our hard times, man. Didn't nobody come to my aid besides the twins and Wing, bro. Nobody. I'm forever loyal. You know what I'm saying? Because it was some hard days and hard nights, brother. So don't think it's just gonna be the criticism. It's gonna be some love behind that. All you got to do is pay attention and listen, bro.
Let me
That's it.
salute.
See,
Just pay
Let me
attention
salute
and
also.
listen.
Let me salute while we talking about that type of shit. Let me salute. Salute Top Shelf Bo too. If you out there, Top Shelf salute, bro. Salute.
Salute, salute.
salute, fam.
Yeah, I need that though.
But you know what,
Yeah, I
Emma?
need that.
The fact that I appreciate the fact that when you needed it, you called.
Yeah.
See,
You know, I'm always called and ask if you're busy, even if it's something bugging me in my mind. I always call you, be like, man, you busy? This, that, and the other. You know, which way should I go? Which way would you go? I ain't
yeah.
got my pops and my grandpa and them and my uncles and them around no more. Besides y'all all I got left. You know what I'm saying? So I cherish that, bro. I cherish that, and it's just a wealth of knowledge, it, and it come from the heart, bro. It's love within that situation. You ain't stirring me in no bad way. Y'all ain't told me no bad shit. Y'all ain't trying to persuade me to do some stupid shit. Never have. So it got to be some type of love involved with that. You know, hey, a current situation. I ain't gonna lead him down the wrong path. You know, he calling me and he asking me for help genuinely. I'm gonna help him genuinely, and that's what y'all done, and I appreciate it.
You might
You
not
know,
like
been
the
there
way I
twice
say
for me.
it. You know, might not like it the way I say it, but there's nothing nice when you got to be down when somebody got to help you get up.
I ain't used to motherfuckers talking to me soft. I appreciate it because it ain't gonna do nothing but make it light a fire up under my ass and make me get up right. You know what I'm saying? Quickly. Ain't no, ain't no beating around the bush and sugarcoating shit. Give it to me raw so I can have a clear understanding and get on to it. You know, that's how I like it. My lessons. Give
You
it to
prove
me
that.
raw. Don't
You,
give
you
it to me. Don't give it
look.
to me weak.
You prove that because it ain't been but a month. So I know. I mean, I'm listening to you now. That's why I said, man, it ain't been that one but a damn month. And you listen how you
I don't
sound now.
bounce back. I don't bounce
He
back.
went.
New whip. Looking for a crib. I mean,
He
you know, my situation's better because I called you. You put whatever knowledge you need to put in my head, put whatever fat you gonna put on my head, and you also told me what you needed to tell me to get it off your chest to make sure I know. Therefore, I don't keep making the same mistakes. That's what I'm talking about, giving it to me raw with some love. The love was there, but I had to accept that truthfulness that come with it. You understand me? And it was raw. And most folks probably can't handle it like that, but I love it like that. I appreciate it every time. Every time. Don't sugarcoat nothing with me. Give it to me raw
pass
and uncut so I know what it is.
pass it forward, baby. That's all I asked you to do too, wasn't it? Make sure you pass it forward.
Yep. Yeah. For sure. For
That's what
sure.
this.
Back
That's
right.
That's what this game needs. We need to get back to that, fellas. When we talk about our experience, it is that mentality that got us to where we were, because we didn't
That's right.
have a whole bunch of bullshit. And look at all the people we had a chance to meet and do the things that we were able to do based on the relationship you had with these people. If it's the good is in you and they teaching you, they telling you this is what you got to do. And if it's
All
working,
right.
you keep doing it. And
That's
this
right.
dog game was built on that. We just had a show. Did you see when we talk about them pedigrees, the relationships? When you look at them pedigrees for them men to be doing what they was doing, they had to have some type of relationship, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you see the success that comes behind when you're doing it that way? Well, what
Yeah.
did you see? What did you see us do any different than what they was doing way back in 1930? Making good dogs. I mean, what did we do different? We didn't do anything different. We
No.
created relationships. You can tell that by looking
Stuck
at
to
the
the script.
pedigrees, can't
Yes, sir. Stuck to the script.
you? Stick to the script. Stick to what you see. Be true. Be loyal. Have some integrity. Have some damn honor. And love these damn dogs. There's a
That's the
whole bunch
problem.
of
It
them.
ain't no honor amongst thieves.
That's, well,
Ain't no more honor amongst thieves. That's the problem. That's the
that's the
problem.
problem. Everybody trying to be better than everybody by talking. I came
Yeah.
from the era the talk didn't get you nowhere.
Yes,
It
sir.
didn't really get you nowhere. We call it, I mean, you stop all the talking. The minute when you climbed over them corners and you standing there, and I'm standing on the other end, because whatever the situation now, how you feel about me and this dog, we fixing to settle that right now. And hopefully I'll be able to
Yes,
shake your
sir.
hand when I'm done with you. No
Yeah,
talk.
it's the same scenario.
Same scenario. And I
Except
think
I
that's
don't
the
want
way
to shake hands. I want my face.
hey, hey,
I want my face. Since we can't get in the box, I want my face. Period. Straight up.
hey man,
Handicapping off.
sometimes, man, I've seen some of the worstest arguments and seen that box squash all that shit. I've
Squash
been
it.
around, squash it, be done and over, all behind. You took care of business, and yeah, you was right. You just had a better dog. But I got another one. You should have bought that one the first time, but don't worry about it. I can kill everything in your yard
You should have brought him from the jump,
from
out
the
the
jump.
top.
But don't worry about it. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna kill everything over there in the yard. Keep bringing
For
it,
sure.
you
You
know.
brain.
But they don't make the mistakes. They don't make the mistakes. They just take it for what it is. Yeah, they got me. Yeah, they got me. But that's the way we settled our problems. Street shit was a little different, you know. The two communities,
Yes,
even though
sir.
everything is underground, you're dealing with more honor, because regardless of what, all of them, the matches all over the country, regardless of whatever the situation was, we all understood that we were all taking a risk, and everybody should be able to handle themselves accordingly and make it back to wherever you come from. We ain't gonna be here but a couple hours. Let's get that part right. They was dead serious about that shit back then.
Yes,
Dead
sir.
serious. I'm talking about they had a whole. I've been in shows where it was 200 people on deck. 3 night affair. Hotels in the cities just booked because everybody there for that show. Don't nobody want to miss it. You couldn't dare try no shit like that nowadays because you don't know the people that you standing next to you.
That's right.
There's a whole
Ain't
lot
going
of
for
different
Adam.
reasons. Damn right. At least back then, if we didn't, I looked at you and I didn't know you. I'm gonna ask somebody. Somebody know this dude right here.
And somebody better know you.
Somebody better know you. They'll shut the whole damn place down. Oh, everybody got know. Anybody know this dude right here? Who he come with?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You know,
sir.
they were serious about that shit back then. Very serious. But, you know, years change and people change. My thing is the community as a whole need to go back to where it needed to be, and that's back underground. And have them same responsibilities of taking care of yourself and your dogs, because that's what you choose to do. If you're going to do it right. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just putting it out there because, yo, this been going on over 100 and something years. And what can I say? Except for I was a part of it. Times was different even for us. But to be doing that shit now with all the things going on and ain't nobody, there's no honor at all. The integrity as far as the game is totally straight with the shit, because it's easier to get out there and tell somebody else's business and not paying attention to the harm you're putting on them because you're trying to be a showboat. You're trying to act like you know something. You see where I'm coming from?
Oh yeah.
Got this person involved in some shit that because you're running your damn mouth. Where's the integrity in that? You should appreciate the fact that the man is doing anything and you know that you should be just like anybody else. Keep your goddamn mouth shut. But y'all know that ain't how this works. Y'all know y'all got y'all channels. Y'all done been around to all these shows. Y'all tell me what you see for yourself. Just tell me. I don't just go off my opinion. Tell me about your own opinion. That's what got me coming on Big Fam today, because I'm listening to what he was saying. I'm always sitting in the background listening, y'all. When you're saying some shit to get me fired up, I'm coming.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Me too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, I was glad when I tuned in this morning and he was on that subject because, you know, he right, 100% right. And
Right.
I thought he was finna let it go the other day, but he caught himself and figured out, let me calm down and think about how I'm gonna approach this. And then here we are this morning. That was a good move, bruh. That was a good move. Cause I really did think you was gonna go all the way in. Well, yesterday, the day before. Either way it go, I'm glad you looked at the situation and then it came back and approached you the way you did, bro, because it needed to be said, man. It needed to be talked about, bro.
Had
You
me
need to
fired
air
up.
that out.
Had me fired up. I'm in here now. Don't stop now.
Oh,
Don't
shit.
Right.
get in their ass. Let them know. That's coming
Because of
from
the simple fact, I wanted to say something, but it ain't my channel, and I didn't want bruh mad at me. So I
Man,
kept my
I
mouth
already
shut. I'm
told
gonna
you,
let
you
him
know,
go. I'm gonna let
y'all
him
Hey,
hold
we
already
the
in the
know.
steering wheel.
projects, man.
Yeah, I told you when I open up the door,
Yeah.
you know my family good, nigga. I don't care. Like, you could take the mic from me. Come on, bro. You already know that, M1.
Yeah,
Salute.
but my mouth is. I'm. I don't need to do that. You know
Man,
what I'm
you
saying?
know,
I don't
yeah,
need to
but
do
like,
that. I
yeah,
didn't need to do that.
listen, look at listen, over here, you ain't got to worry about nothing. This the projects. You know, I ain't monetized. I ain't tripping off monetization. I got real subscribers because you look, they real. Like, I got real subscribers. Legends come through sometimes and shit, and it ain't nobody pay them legends come through, and just the fact they come through, I know it's genuine, and so I gotta salute that. And they shouted me out on their shows and all that. Like, yo, you know what I mean? And some of the shit me and them, I be contradicting some of the shit they saying. I be talking my shit, and they still they look past that shit. You know what I mean? And they, like he say, like, the talking, nah, nigga, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? So it's all gravy. We bulldogging, and my brother nonstop always be with me. And you know, and salute to bulldogging with Bo, cause like Bo was the first month. Bo, you know, stamped us. You know what I mean? Bo stamped us to me. I give Bo big props because, you know, I'm nobody. I'm nobody. But Bo Ben hollered at me and, you know, told me even if I'm nobody, I'm somebody to him. So that was a big thing for him to say. You know what I mean? And sometimes he let me bring nonstop out. You know what I mean? I know he trying to get nonstop back or whatever. You know what I mean? Nonstop, I got, you know, because he said I be cutting them loose and shit. But you know, it's all love. Salute the community.
Yeah. I appreciate it for that because nonstop valuable as hell too. You know what I'm saying? A wealth of knowledge, a
Yeah,
wealth of
and you know,
knowledge.
and,
Even
and,
though
and Bo
even though
don't
folks
Bo
ain't gonna
Bo
like,
don't Bo don't let
ain't gonna
nobody
like.
anybody. Bo don't let anybody be fucking with nonstop like that. You know what I mean? Because he don't want him get in trouble with none of that shit. You dig what I'm saying? And you know,
Off top.
fucking with me, you might get in trouble. So you know, that's all it is to it.
Right,
Salute.
right, right,
You know, I mean,
right.
anything come
Wealth
out of
and
his
knowledge.
mouth.
Like
But yeah,
Boo always tell
nonstop.
me, stay in the
Anything.
car. I got you. Boo always be telling me, hey man, stay in the car. I got this.
Yeah,
It- it-
yeah,
I'm like, man, I can't get
yeah.
out the car. He said, no, stay in the car. I got this. But sometimes I sneak out the car
But see,
and
that was my first time seeing you sneak out the car in all these years. I ain't never really just seen you hop out the window. You know what I'm saying? I seen you get up out the car the other day. I was like, yeah, here he
oh
comes.
yeah,
Yeah,
Here he
yeah,
oh
comes.
yeah, no.
look,
Well,
That's
you
what
know,
I've been waiting on.
I'm the one when both say point. Then you see me come out the car.
Yeah,
Usually when I come out the car,
yeah,
that ain't a good thing.
yeah. But see, I ain't seen that in these years, bro. That's what I was like, nonstop, more reserved. But shit, when you come up out that car, you ain't in that car. You bulldog for real.
Nah, yeah,
For
I ain't
real,
gonna
for
bark.
real.
I ain't gonna bark. I
nonstop,
ain't gonna run the
Yeah,
chain or nothing. But boy,
nothing.
not,
Stay
put me in the
not,
focused.
box.
Just looking.
nonstop. Now you know, with your wealth of knowledge, you hate to be challenged, especially when it's like putting you on a spot type of situation. And that's what I be tripping on because the knowledge that you have and with you and J-Bo, because y'all know a lot down, we all from different areas. So I always appreciate when I got the real ones talking about the real shit. But we're getting so used to you and your knowledge that we kind of almost forget about, who you really are. So when you clocked out, I was like, okay, so there's another side of nonstop. After
Right,
all this time,
right. That's what I found
look
out.
at nonstop. What the
That's
fuck?
what I found out. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you for wording that for me.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You remember, you know what happened. You know why he did that after all this time. So,
So,
I mean, the thing is, I know when y'all got it in y'all to do that, but we also have to give back something to the community. Even if we all might have our different opinions on these dogs, one thing we all have in common is the love of the dogs and the expansion of the community. Because what other reason would you be on this podcast to have anything to say? For money? You know this shit don't pay. Because you're trying to give
yeah.
something back. And we really need more contributions from our followers because they sit back and listen and don't nobody do nothing, then that means there's nothing getting done. And we just here just for the entertainment purposes, but then if we're going to be here for entertainment purposes, why can't we speak our minds?
Right.
Especially being that it took nonstop almost how long y'all been out here? Almost 2 years, and this is the first time I ever seen nonstop act feel like that. I'm kind of
That's what I was tripping off of.
what the hell? What's going on over here?
Yeah, yeah. Somebody done lined him up.
Right? Who y'all think y'all talking
Somebody
to?
done faced him off.
With all the knowledge this man got, I thought, and he done came out the box because you is totally being disrespectful. How
That's
dare
really
you?
what it
Right.
was, the disrespect. And that ain't the first, not to me, but I witnessed the disrespect to other older cats. So that's why I'm like, hold on, man. Like, dang. And then your
I'm glad
disrespect
you
don't even
did.
come with facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you did this
The
to this
fact.
person, you did this to that person, you didn't do this to this person, but really, like Big Q was saying, and you don't know people been soft touching. You know what I'm saying? That was if we were soft touching, like it's like it's been a
But here go
common
my
thing
thing.
of go disrespect certain people, but you go somewhere else and you got a whole different attitude. I'm like, nah, don't come with all that growling and barking over here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. See, when you step off your yard, like it's just the same thing Big Hill said. This the projects. You ain't on your yard no more. So all that big barking and shit you doing, you gonna get checked. You gonna get checked.
For
But see, I
everybody.
just didn't want to be the one to do it. Yeah, in front of everybody. I just didn't want to be the one to do it. It wasn't my conversation for one. But
I'm
boy, did it shock the hell out of me when he jumped up out that goddamn car.
Shit, I was sitting up there. I was just up there laughing because I was like, shit, you got your motherfucker now. I mean, non-stop a motherfucker now when he gets started. Cause we already know you're
It
intelligent.
was lovely.
You know what I mean?
It
But
was
to see,
lovely.
it was lovely how you handled yourself, and I think it should be more of that non-stop because again,
Yes,
that
sir.
part right there is just who you are.
Hey, it showed me something. It showed me how to. It showed me this is the correct way you deal with that situation, especially when you in the project. Nigga, yeah, for real. This ain't the
Yes,
regular
sir.
community.
Yes,
You in the
sir.
jets. You in the
Salute
jets now, baby.
nonstop.
And
You
look,
can't go.
and we ain't gonna be going back and forth about it either.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, nah.
Hey, somebody told me get him. Somebody told me get him. I said, shit, I ain't touching him. Shit. King T
Well,
said,
you
no,
sure
let him go.
did.
King T said, let him go, man, let him go.
Let's go. Shit.
He sure said it.
hmm
I
See that?
said,
But see, we do that all the time. We're gonna say our piece and we're gonna let it go. I ain't got time to be going back and forth with you because I know
No.
that in my presence, I know you wouldn't be that person because I wouldn't let you. And see that right there is we stand on that. So I know there really is no reason to go back and forth. And I just like the way that nonstop did it because you know he got that part in him. Y'all seen what I seen. Y'all expect me and Mo to do it. That's what we got a
yeah,
Shark Tank for. Everybody got a goddamn wrench over there. Everybody got a chance to go in. You don't see me kicking people out. I always tell y'all to be respectful, but we as sharks, y'all need some charm every once in a while. Somebody just happened to slip over there in J-Bo and Dog TD talking with Bo and ran into nonstop. And I don't know if Bo pointed or he was already sitting at the car with his ears perked up looking out the window. You know, he just scoped him. Hold on, hold on, and went the hell off. See, that right there is what got me on this show today because I heard Big Hill talking. And what he was saying, it made me want to just go in here and start to type it because everything he said was true. It's fact.
yep,
There's no arguing going back and forth. He's making it clear this ain't got nothing to do with color.
Nothing.
yep.
Nothing.
Not one
Same,
thing.
same I've been trying to say. We to me, we don't say that enough because they should
Right.
understand that in order for things to get better, we have to really sit down and realize what the damn problem is and fix it. I don't want to be on that boat by myself.
No, you ain't, bro. We on that motherfucker right
Sure
along
ain't.
with you.
Sure ain't.
I'm glad to see and hear that because you know of all people y'all talk about nonstop. That's not a lot of people should have been shocked.
Yeah, that's the bro. That's the bro.
That's
Yeah,
why I
because
stopped.
he don't never bark and do all none of that. So it had to be something that justified his reaction, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit to make him even come out like that, bro. So yeah, it was lovely. It was a lovely demo.
Yes, it was. And I kind of expect a little bit more for you on that nonstop because of your knowledge.
Nah, man, don't do him like that, man. Bro got an
Shit,
opportunity to smooth it over, and you know what I'm saying. He had the opportunity to take accountability for himself and smooth it over, but like you
He
said,
did,
it's in house type stuff, So
bro. That's Supreme talking.
yeah,
It's Supreme, that's something else you know. It ain't always like that.
right.
Sometimes you got to put the foot in a person's ass for them to realize I ain't playing.
that's right.
Give a damn
Man,
what you
man.
say. And I ain't gonna be going back and forth. Well, I'm gonna say my piece, and we're gonna leave it at. I'm gonna leave it right there. You can say whatever you want to say, but I just said my piece. Now I'm done with it. So the next thing to do, we're gonna stop talking about it. I made sure that happened. I stopped talking about it. Because the next move you're gonna see gonna come from me, and I'm gonna start being about it. This shit ain't gonna be straight. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
what
That's
was
why I
killing
keep
me?
walking.
What was killing me? What was killing me? That fool kept saying. My man kept saying, "Hey, how do you know such and such and such and such? How do you figure that this, that, and other?" He was like, "Shit, it's facts. The proof is in the pudding, motherfucker. It's for everybody to see it. You know what I'm saying? To know about it. What you mean? Hell, it was done. It happened. It's something that
Hey,
took place, motherfucker. What you mean? What you mean? Like he didn't have a leg to stand on or something. Like he
Yeah.
was just blowing hot air. Man, get the fuck on out of here, bro. You know exactly what he talking about. You just in your feelings about it, and then the chat ain't no better. They in
no.
there talking about Tom Glazers and Daddy Tom and Little Tom and oh my god, bro, they wasn't making it no better, bro. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice because he was out of pocket. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's why I kept saying, "Who is that talking? Who is that, man?" Oh, okay. Now I understand what's really going on and why this conversation is taking place. All right, bet. Now I can go and enjoy the rest of the show. Now I know what's happening.
Oh yeah. But you too, when you're
Nice.
talking to a man who is intelligent and he know what he talk about, it when and the way he did it, it was obvious, wasn't it, y'all? I mean, there's supposed to be any conversation based on what he said. There wasn't none because, like he said, this done already happened. So what we questioning that for? You can't say that.
Yeah, it was facts.
Oh, yo,
It
it
was
was
facts.
excellent work. It was excellent work. It was vicious. It was
Hey,
nasty. It was nasty, man.
Excellent work. It
nasty,
was
man.
nasty, but see, it was pretty too, though. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. Bro. It was
Yeah,
nice.
Cosman had the fight.
That was a nice demo. That was a nice demo. When you can get off of somebody's head and heart like that, and they know they ain't got no, when they realize they ain't got no leg to stand on, they get in their feelings, bruh. Go to turning. Go to turning and shit. Curb my shit. Nigga,
Hey,
where you get this motherfucker from?
the best part was when he was talking to Big Hill though. Y'all missed that part. Big Hill kept it humble. He was like, you know what? Since I done got you that far, I'm a say sorry. Big Hill got up underneath
Oh,
the
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I
Cause
heard
like
that.
no,
Yeah,
no, I'm gonna
yeah.
keep it real. Like I'm gonna keep it real because like I I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna keep it
Fuck
real.
you, Big Hill. Fuck you, Big Hill.
Yeah, right.
I put in
But
the chat.
but
I
listen,
put in the
that
chat. I was like, in a
hey
minute, he
listen,
gonna slip up and say,
but
you know what?
see, the reason why it ain't upset me, yo, believe it or not, man, because I'm used to hearing that type of shit from them from that side. I'm always gonna make them say that shit. Fuck you, big. They gonna end up saying it. You understand what I'm saying? Like
That nigga said,
so like I'm
my
like a
man.
filter system for our community. Like if you don't know how to move over here, like nah, I'm checking you. I'm not even really checking you or nothing because like I wish the best for him. Like I wish the best for him. Like the genuinely, I wish the best for him. Salute, salute, elevated. But like check it, man. Like listen, it's just you gotta recognize the room and our community needs some respect over here. And I'm like somebody they're like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm going because
Salute.
like I see what's really going on. Like, I'm just tired of them being able to come over here and every time we let people with really no credentials, we make them feel like somebody, and they start talking out of place. Like, it don't matter what
Yes.
color. It don't matter what color you is, because believe it or not, we got a rack of brothers our regular brothers our same color that's experts at that shit, opening up their fucking mouth and doing that dumbass shit, talking when they not this and that and all that. We got enough of it over here, and we don't promote them. We don't promote them. So how the fuck is we gonna let somebody else come over here doing that shit that ain't even from our community? Like that shit ain't going on my motherfucking watch. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna need you to go over that community and start saying our fucking names. You dig what I'm saying? If you really a real motherfucker, like, yeah, handle that shit over there in that
Real
community.
talk.
Handle that shit over there. If you want to press me, do that shit over that community. And when they try and shoot you down and make you feel bad, which I have seen them do, they don't let him get the mic over there. He can't say shit. They gonna shoot him down. But like, yeah, demand your respect over there. Demand your respect over there, and when
Demand
you
it over
over there,
here.
and when you over there, give us props for letting you get the mic over here. You dig what I'm saying? Let them know they have. Oh, if we welcomed you, nigga, you supposed to put the press on them. Oh, here's to welcome you and show you something. If you coming over here, and keep your mouth quiet, because you don't know who you're around. You don't know who you're around. You understand? And that's just real talk. And if you don't like the way I'm talking to you or whatever, boom, boom, sad for you. Sad for you. Like you ain't like, nah. That's what you got to take from being over here under my motherfucker watching our community and get anything. That's any of them motherfuckers that be exploiting us to get whatever. And any of them motherfuckers that think we dumb and they think they could come over here and correct our pronunciation on words because we saying shit. Like one time I'm saying shit, everybody got me, but he want to immediately put me on some street shit. Like, cause I said the plug. Do you keep the plug a secret or do you share the plug? Now I'm doing the best I can to share with my brothers, and this motherfucker gonna say, "That's only that only applies to street stuff. That only applies to street stuff." And it was a queen. It was a queen in the building that basically made a statement.
Understood.
They understood and said he's talking about. She's trying to tell him that he's saying a metaphor. Don't do all that. And you know what I mean? And I'm supposed to think that he's stupid and don't know what he doing. That's the type of shit get us fucking locked up and all that dumbass shit. You dig what I'm
Yes,
saying?
hell
You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Because I understand the
Undermining
slick
us.
talk. I understand the slick talk. You understand what I'm saying? You know me, don't
Yeah.
push me to the streets, nigga, when I ain't talking about that shit. You did, and I'm not letting you do that on my watch, nigga. I know what you was saying. I know what you going to every
Yeah.
time you fucking getting upset when we saying something, nigga. You start talking about it ain't pronounced this way, or I think you know, man. To stop that bullshit, man. Stop the bullshit, man.
Real talk.
Understand how we talk and learn the language, and if you don't, shut the hell up anyway. Anyway,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Shit.
It's a funky lesson. It ain't for your
Hey.
opinion on how we talk and correcting grammar and shit like that. This ain't grade school, bro.
Yeah.
It don't go
But
down
you
like
know that's
that.
not what it's
It
about. That's
will
not
not.
what it's about. It's about who's saying it. That's not what it's about.
Yeah.
That just like oh you gonna go and ask for credentials and all that when you talk about something scientific. You ain't no scientist, but you gonna ask me for my
Yeah.
credentials. I graduated in microbiology. I worked in clinical
Yeah.
microbiology labs. I worked in the AIDS lab with a dude who's quote unquote is another thing, just like a dog, just like a Tom Garner in the AIDS world. Michelangelo, he said he's the one who discovered AIDS. He didn't even discover AIDS. What he did is put his name on a research paper to the French doctor who discovered AIDS and went to London and published it. Now everybody in the world say he's the discoverer of AIDS, and he ain't do none of the
Mm.
work.
None of the
None of the
work.
work. None of the work. And he worked right
Got
down
the
in
label.
Baltimore, and I worked with him. And everybody in there like, man, this dude stole these people work. Don't even
Supreme,
understand the
check the
work.
back chat. You hear me, Supreme?
Yeah, I got it. I just
But
got it.
but
I
but they
just wrote
need
it
they
down.
need they need your credentials and all that when you want to talk about stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
man. They want your credentials.
Yeah, just like who is this? Like when Parker was on there and Bo was telling him, oh, I know this. I'm from right there. I run down the street. Oh, who's this? Who's talking? Who's this? Who's asking these questions? No, you got to be a scientist to know that. You ain't a scientist.
you gotta have certification to ask me
Certification, but when
anything
they talk,
type
yeah, but
shit.
when they talking, we gotta take it for what they say.
It's word is bond. Word is bond when they talking.
But when you say something
That's
that they don't
crazy.
understand, what really what it is, what they don't understand. Oh, where's your credentials? I need you to identify yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Huh?
hell yeah,
Identify
hell
myself.
yeah,
What?
hell yeah,
well, we got
hell
that
yeah.
bad over here in the community over here. 'Cause, I think that anybody who comes to a dog, American Pit Bull Terrier channel and supports the channel, they have some type of understanding about the community and the dogs. You might not really have the experience, but you have an understanding about the dog. But what other reason would you be there, right? And remember, we still talking about grown people, y'all. We don't know nothing about how old they is or nothing, but I'm taking it that you're over here in this on this channel, and we talk about dogs over here, American Pit Bull Terriers, and you're here. and you come in here and you have the nerve to question somebody that you don't even have the experience or even a slight knowledge to even want to need their credentials. Because, over here, you know how we handle shit like that. Before you ask me about my credentials, you tell me what makes you worthy for me of me even answering you.
Right.
I want
Exactly.
to know before I answer anything. No, but let me change this conversation around. By the time I'll do a non-stop on his ass. That's my new thing. Don't make me do a non-stop on your ass.
Hell yeah. Don't make me non-stop your ass.
Don't make me non-stop your ass. And then they try to, you know,
That's the show.
run off on some other dumb
Oh, my
shit. Shit
mama.
that don't even nothing to do with the goddamn conversation. Because now you made it, you're looking like an asshole. But you put your own self in that situation. At what point do people just stop and realize that you need to give up and at least give an apology? Because there's no reason why that man should have been apologizing. Because he
Right.
looked stupid as hell in the end. He looked that bad though. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He looked that bad.
Yeah.
Don't be no little bitch and
Yeah.
don't say nothing.
Hey, I'll give him props if he apologized to non-stop. I'll give him props if
Right.
he do that.
Me
I'll give
too.
But here go the thing. Ain't gonna happen. You can forget it.
right. Hey,
Oh,
that's
I
gangster,
lost
man.
my
If he do that,
device.
I give him props. Salute.
But yeah, I would too. But the reality of it is it ain't gonna happen, man.
And so
We just gonna
what
keep
make
it
that
honest.
guy? To be honest, when you look at that person now, knowing that he ain't gonna do that, and he come around, what do you think about that person?
Oh no, he probably ain't. I don't know if he come around and put it like this. To me, he owe my brother an apology to me. So it probably if he come over here, he know we calling him TJ and all that type shit. So like but it's still all in bulldog love though, because I think if he a bulldog, he could come back from it. You know what I mean? It ain't over for him.
Accountability.
It ain't even over for him.
Hey, fuck you, Big Hill. Fuck
That's
Account
you.
accountability. That's all it is.
Nigga,
That's
Accountability.
right.
that shit tickled the
Accountability.
fuck out of me, boy.
You hear me?
That was
You hear me, Big
entertaining, boy. That
Hill?
nigga was like, fuck you, Big Hill.
Hey,
y'all niggas
Big
crazy
Hill.
as shit.
We need accountability, G.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah, yeah.
but y'all know that don't happen. And you know why it don't happen? Because you ain't dealing with that type of person. See, that's all about the person. And them kind of people, they not gonna change from who they are. So I let them have that because it's good that I know that person. I know where you coming from. I wait for you to come over here so I can get you some nonstop. Them people you might hear me say nonstop the next 3 shows because I want them to understand. If you ain't seen it, you need to go see it so you understand. Because around here, we put your name out there.
Yeah. For
We
sure.
looking dead at the camera, and we gonna say your name, and we gonna dress you in front of everybody, and then identify to the damn Shark Tank that there is charm in the water, and everybody has a right to eat.
And
All right.
I invite. And like I said, salute to TJ and them, elevated slash TJ. Salute to them. Like I'm gonna try to make you hot as possible. Because you getting all this. We talking about you, so boom, they're gonna be over at your show in the morning. They're gonna be over at your show in the morning. So shine, go ahead, shine. I'm gonna see how you act. You know what I mean? But salute, TJ, salute.
My
Salute,
thing is,
salute, elevated.
people have a right to their opinion and say whatever they want to say, but some
Yes, sir. Yes,
arguments
sir.
ain't.
Yeah, I want them like, and look, when they go over there, hold on, before let me get it off real quick. Look, and when they go over there, like, don't have no problem. I'm supporting that brother because like he got some knowledge and he got a family of dogs. He raising it, and if y'all, if anybody that's listening, if they feel his side of the thing, and yeah, let it be known. Let it let it be fucking known. You understand what I'm saying? So, salute and go ahead, Uncle. I'm sorry.
I think the sad part about it for me, and not taking nothing away from the conversation, it was I like the way Nonstop handled it because what Nonstop did, what he said was fact.
Facts.
And
Number facts.
when you can't argue back and you in that situation, what's wrong with saying something at least, well, I agree to disagree, than to keep on trying to make a point that you're making yourself look bad. Still no apology. See, for me, those type of people is what hurts the game. Simply because how is that the attitude that you're gonna pass forward to the next guy that listens to you? Is that what you're creating over there? That kind of activity is supposed to be cool? Because I can imagine what you look like on the street when an OG trying to tell you something and you're being hard-headed. Because, you know, at some point, when does fact and reality take control of the situation, even if you don't agree with it? But when it starts making you look bad and you're not addressing what the conversation was really about, now we're on some other, you start on some dumb shit, then you're killing that whole debate right there. The least that you could have did to save yourself with, I'm gonna just agree to disagree. Okay, that's to me is the way you settle the shit like that, because I'm not here to change your mind and you ain't here to change mine. I'm hoping. But did that not even get that? It's hard to even deal with people like that simply because you know how they are. Y'all know what I'm saying, because we see it all the time on this damn YouTube shit.
Can I just go on and call it for what it is? Can I just go on and say the word that fit it?
Let them have it. Let them have it.
Ravished in the motherfucker. You gotta be an old school to understand that term, but ravish as hell is what he referring to that we see all the time.
And sometimes I be forgetting that I'm old as I am. So when I'm saying these things, a lot of people don't even experience and understand what it is we talk about. Because there's so much of it and they do it so freely. But when you put it in perspective like NONSTOP did, and to me, he did it in a very intelligent and a nice ass way. That, come on, man, you looking like a fool now, cuz. You're starting to look like a fool. But I know that's not what you want. You're trying to make this man look foolish, and you're making yourself look like a fool. See, that's the part
right.
that gets to me, because the lack of respect for that man's knowledge. And we know we've been listening to NONSTOP for a while. We know NONSTOP full of knowledge. He ain't just one to just talk. He's not a ducky. He's not a ducky. He's not a PBK. You know, this man knows what he's talking about. So sometimes you got to pick your fights. Y'all know I'm coming from that part. You got to respect the person's knowledge based on what you know about that person. But can y'all say that about who we talk about? Can y'all say that about them? Putting that knowledge up against somebody like NONSTOP, it didn't look good, did it?
At all.
And we can't sit there and geeky and thinking and think all that was cool. He just got demolished, but he only got demolished because he didn't handle it the right way by giving that man his respect and his respect. I got to keep that in there because it was totally disrespectful. You got to the point that you be like all these other whining, crying ass talk about all kinds of other shit other than what got me at this point. Let's get back to that right there.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get off on this other dumb shit. I'm trying to get back right here. I ain't trying to let you get away on that. And see, when you see that, to me, it's total disrespect. And the least you could have done is either disagree or just come straight out and apologize.
Well, it was disrespect. It was disrespect all the way around the board in so many ways. If you look at it, in so many ways, it was very disrespectful in more ways than one. You challenging this man's credibility. Who are you? You understand? Then at the same time, you want to seem like the knowledge is separate by doing what you did. You want to seem like the knowledge there's a difference. No, it ain't no motherfucking difference. It's the same dog. So how is there a difference in the knowledge? You know what I'm saying? Only difference you could say is who it's coming from, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
And that's what
It
it
was so
all
many.
is. That's
Yeah, see, it
exactly
was disrespectful
that's
in so
exactly what
many
all that
ways.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was disrespectful in a lot of ways, bro. So more ways than one. So yeah, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. That's why I was so glad that nonstop jumped out the window because hey, I wanted to. I ain't gonna even lie, but I be too personal. So yeah, he handled it well. I couldn't have did it like that. I couldn't have did it like that because see my temper. But yeah, he handled that very intelligently, man,
It's non-stop
and
though. Y'all
shut
know
shit
he,
down.
he shut it down.
And
It's
shut
how
it down.
he shut it down. Yes, he did. And it's how he did it.
Shut
And
that
the way
shit
he
down.
and didn't really get. I mean, he got out of character because we ain't never seen non-stop do it. That's all. That's what that was the
That's
shocking part.
all.
As far as the intelligence and
Yep.
what he was saying, that's the non-stop we all got have become accustomed to seeing and knowing.
And here go the thing about it. It wouldn't have mattered if he was talking about whoever. He could have been talking about somebody from our side, our community.
Right.
Facts is facts. We're gonna put you out there. We don't care who you is, man. If you done did some blasphemy type shit like that, some unheard of bullshit like that, we putting you out there. We don't give a damn who you is.
That was
If you
done. That
want
was
to,
done. That
man.
was done. That was done this morning too. You know, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, with the
Yeah,
Welsh thing, Welsh, to handle his business, whatever he said, he had no problem saying it. We don't got no problem saying anything about people that's fucking up on our side.
that's right. It ain't no difference. We definitely going to take ours in accountability before anybody else's. So you are not exempt. Don't think you're exempt because your stature or where you come from or your race or none of that. Don't think you just exempt. No, you step up to the plate. It's time to play ball.
That's it.
It's time to play ball. Ain't nobody gonna sit up there and sugarcoat nothing because you from the other side or a different walk or genre or whatever the hell you want to call it. No, if it would have been one of us, he getting blasted too.
Sure would.
Ain't no motherfucking goddamn me favoritism about that type of shit. It's a no no. No matter who you is, it's a no no. And then some of y'all ain't gonna like it because some of y'all best friends is gonna get put out there for who they truly is. Get in your feelings if you want to. You'll get shut down too. You ain't doing nothing but making yourself look stupid as hell. Dick riding a motherfucker who totally wrong. That's all bad. So it is
And
what
I
it
ain't,
is.
and I
Nobody's
ain't,
exempt.
I ain't siding with Welsh. A Welsh on the subject or whatever that was Welsh business or whatever. I'm just saying Welsh standing on his business today. He ain't had no problem standing on it. I don't know the other guy, but if he listening, the door's open for you because I know Welsh says something on my platform or whatever. So if you whoever it is he was talking about, if they had something to say, let them know they welcome too. You know what I mean? And I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? You motherfuckers keep on fucking with me because I'm out here when I'm strapped. but like it is what it is. If you want to fuck with Big Hill, it don't matter. Salute.
I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. I must have missed that part when I logged on.
Yeah, me too. Huh. But again, we all done seen this shit before, and really, I don't see nobody. See, people take this conversation and find, oh, he's over there talk about you. No, I ain't heard nobody talk about nobody.
Me neither.
I hear people. What I hear is doing is dealing with a certain situation and how it actually look. You can't go back and fix something that's already on the video. Yeah, I mean, I ain't even got to explain. I go tell you, go look at the video yourself. Ain't talk about. Ain't nobody sitting here lying about that. Ain't nobody making up no story. It's on the video. That's the good thing about the video because it got the whole thing right there. You get a chance to see everything there for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really lie about it. But I've seen people sit there and say shit on the video and turn right around and swept down over on somebody else's show saying something totally different. But you never see me come back with a,
Oh
you never
yeah,
see me, you
y'all
never
got
see me.
Totally
y'all in the
different.
file. Y'all in the files. Y'all got a classic, GH.
Oh yeah,
y'all got
you
a
know,
classic there. Y'all definitely in there for the classic joint.
Oh my
no,
gosh! Now
no,
you know damn
no,
well
no,
I'll put a video on your ass quick.
hey, no, non-stop right in the files to you. Non-stop got a classic now too.
Oh, you got a classic too. But it's some classic ones, man. And when you be wondering, like, what be on some of these brothers' mind, and then what's wrong with the community that we sit and we'll fall for that, try to make it a color issue. I've had many guys talk about twin tether like it really is, like it's on a color thing. When for me, I'm gonna tell you like it really is without the color. They just happen to be white. We just happen to be black. That's just how that person is. But they got the same answer. Why would be blasting them when if you look and pay attention to our pedigrees, look how many white men have done good for us. Right? Look at them.
Y'all be having me laughing like shit. Y'all be in some shit too, don't quit. Y'all be
Oh,
having me laughing like shit. y'all,
oh, you know,
y'all stay in shape, huh? Y'all stay in shape.
oh, look, man, look. Now you know you come the wrong way. You know we gonna react, and how
I
we
know.
react, we gonna let your ass have it.
That's why you out here down hunting and shit. Yeah.
I'm, look, I heard you this morning, like you was getting something off your chest, and I had just got done talking about it, and I felt like I missed something. Hold on. If anybody listening, what that man is telling y'all is the truth, and it don't have nothing to do with no goddamn color. How many times y'all gonna need to hear that? Quit making this a color issue and make it a people issue.
They
You
got
know?
to.
And see, that's what I hate about it. Is because you can't look at the community and start dividing it all of a sudden. Because division, I didn't get a chance to
Oh, you
see
coming
it,
down
even
here?
though being in Carolina, I know it's always they had their racist ways, but I can't say that about the men's yards that I was walking on and sitting down in their white feet, you know, 4 black men in their house.
Hey, oh, salute, word trip. I love word, man. I love word. Word said the game fucked up. Basically say fuck all you motherfuckers. They call me wetback. No, they call me wetback and all that shit. And then I still get saluted in the chat by a real dude. Salute y'all. Yeah, I like that. I like that word. Word said you got to be bulldogging out here. Then they call him wetback and all that shit. He keep pushing through it.
Shoot. Hey, we went into the purple or green dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, Somerville, Tennessee, at his house at 1 in the morning, and with just 2 black people, me and my cousin, and was just about the bulldogs. There was no problem. Now his
Right.
wife did call us Negro, but she was calling us Negroes because she wanted to invite us to their church. So it's kind of like, oh, well, she invited us to the church, and everybody looked at her crazy. So y'all, this first Sunday, y'all want to come down? Saturday night, so we like basically a few hours we're gonna be at church, and they looked at each other like the fellas looked at each other, the white guys looked at each other like, huh? And then she looked at them like saw they were looking funny. She's like, but no, we invited Negroes there before. I think there's been 1 or 2 that came. And we all looked at each other like, nah, don't worry about it. God bless you. It's our first Sunday too. We going to church at our church.
Right.
Oh shoot! Cause they even looked at us. They looked at each other and they're like, man, I don't think that's a good idea, boy. We ain't coming. You tripping? Unless
Yeah,
we
but
doing
not stop.
bulldogs in
Hey,
there, boy. We is not going.
Mm-mm.
I can imagine that scene, boy. I can imagine that setting.
But it was the most respectful, coolest situation. Of course, we took care of ourselves. We ain't go up there empty handed and stuff, cause we in clan country. But he had some Sorrel Gator stuff. He had a son of Roscoe, and that's what he used to run. Some Sorrel Rodriguez Gator stuff. Immaculate spot. The box was beautiful. He had lights going across. He had the mesh fence around. He had a stand in the box, and the stand on the outside of the box, on the left side of the box. Beautiful setup. Now they were living in the trailers. The dogs lived better than them. The son lived in the school bus. He done tricked out a school bus and made it into a trailer. I'm talking about fire trailer. It's a school bus though. Everybody, ain't nothing but respect across the board, and that's that's the first time me going over there. But they've been dealing with him for years. Never have no problem. So like I said, it wasn't about no race. It's about them dogs.
You know,
Yeah, man,
I've
because
had all
hey,
white friends, Mexican friends, Haitian friends. I mean, this
Man,
game consists of a whole bunch of us. You know what I mean? Been around some white people who might have been racist or he's racist. But I could never tell. I sat at the man's house and ate.
yeah. Shit, he motherfucker fed
yeah,
me.
yeah, just
Yep.
like old Dookie Duncan. He have a big ass Confederate flag hanging on his front porch. But when I pull his yard, I ain't got to blow the horn and I ain't got to do nothing. I can get up out my car and walk through his front door. You see what I'm saying? And his wife and his whole family accept me for who I'm is. What you knocking on the door for? You know it's open. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? So it really ain't about no racial thing or no color issue because I done been around some of everybody. Mexicans, Indians, Puerto Ricans, white folks, black folks, Asian folks. It don't make no difference about no race. Is this if you own some BS, you're gonna get called out for it. If you
Right.
own something that's righteous and real, you're gonna get called out for it. Either way it go, you gonna get recognized for the shit you doing when you step to the plate, man. When you step to the plate, you're gonna get recognized for the shit you own, bro. And if you don't want to get exposed, don't step to the goddamn plate.
Period.
Don't step to the plate. Cause somebody gonna tell you about yourself if you wrong, and then somebody gonna give you your flowers when you right. It worked both ways. This ain't no one way street. This ain't no one way street, bro.
Yep.
You wrong.
And
If I'm wrong, I want one of y'all to correct me. Don't have me just looking stupid, knowing you know better, and just leave me out here dumb to the motherfuckers,
Right,
steady
right,
repeating the same old ignorant ass shit.
right. Looking crazy
Get
as a
me told.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Looking stupid in the bed. Get me told. You can't be my friend if you know better than I know over something I'm talking about, and you don't correct me and school me on exactly what it is. Don't do me like that. Correct me so I know, so I can stop, with the misinformation or whatever the case may be.
right.
Check me. Hey man, hold up. That ain't right. That ain't necessarily how it is. It's wooty woo woo woo. That's what we need from each other.
Yep.
And that's
And
what we need to be able to accept constructive criticism. You got to be able to accept the constructive criticism because, man, hey, it'll make you a better person, bro, if you could just listen. Just listen to what somebody's saying first, you know what I'm saying? And then, go from there.
our young niggas be having a problem though with our tones and shit. I think, like, I know, the tones be
Yeah,
aggressive form, like, but that's how we was brung up. Ain't nobody
yeah.
sugarcoat
That's
that
how we
shit.
was raised.
But like, you know what I mean? So like, that I be having a problem with that because like niggas don't be liking my tone and shit. You dig what I'm saying? But like, so
Me too.
you know, so a lot of times that be the problem, and that's what Dre was talking about this morning. Like that shit matters though. Like whatever you trying to get across, because whatever you trying to get across, sometimes it's the way you deliver it. But like a lot of us ain't come from that school and shit, and we be stuck on our shit. Like, nah, what the fuck you mean? It don't matter how I'm saying it to you. Is what I'm saying. And a lot of times, a lot of these people ain't come from that school, so like it's a transition period. You dig? Salute.
Well, it's gonna come either way it go. If you go into the military, such as Unc and them done been in, them folks ain't finna talk to you like you know damn baby. They're gonna give you the constructive criticism the hard way so you get the goddamn point. When you sit
That's
up and you try to be lenient about how you gonna deliver a message, it's not direct in that sense. It's not direct in that form. You got to be direct on what you're talking about so there's no misunderstanding. And if you're gonna be real simple minded and sensitive about the situation, then it may not be for you. The military ain't for everybody. Hey, the bulldog community ain't for everybody. Going to
but
church ain't for everybody.
you know what? First of all, that starts at home. Long before I got in the military, I knew when my mama was mad based on how she called
Right,
my
I'm in the
name.
way.
She gonna scream,
right.
my Michael Maurice, get your asses down here. I know right then she mad about something. You
Right.
know, Shit, yell and scream.
because you can hear the concern. You can hear the concern.
Exactly. So, but by the time the military got me, I'm a grown ass man, and they was worse than my mother and father. I mean, and when I say worse than my mother and father, because my mother and father never loved me as a person. See,
But with that concern comes love, and that's why the concern is so great, and that's why the message is delivered direct because it's
like
out of love, and they want you to have a clear understanding on what you're dealing with. You
that's the
understand?
difference.
You,
That's the difference between home and the military. See, when I say home, y'all knew discipline was a key factor in your house when it came to your parents. When you're doing something wrong, you get into the military. That's a whole other aspect. Cause that ain't my mom, that ain't my daddy. I'm a grown ass man, and you gonna follow me and talk to me any kind of way. And he telling me, hell yeah, I'm gonna be here. You don't like it, get your ass out of here.
yep.
That's the way the bulldog community for me need to be handled. Because it ain't about how I'm talking to you. It's you paying more attention how I'm talking to you instead of paying attention why I'm talking to you like I'm talking to you based on what I'm saying to you. Don't be
Yeah,
concerned
you
about
ain't getting the
what I'm
message.
you ain't getting the message. You concentrate on how I'm saying it instead of paying attention to what I'm saying. Pay attention to what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the community itself, we let a lot of that shit just pass instead of just addressing what a person is saying
Hey,
and
hey,
then
what's
having
up?
a
What's up with all the
conversation.
extracurricular activities in the background? Hey, what's going
That's
on?
nonstop working and shit, trying to close
Oh
that
y'all,
door. And
oh y'all can
that's
hear me?
right. Yeah, like
Oh,
yeah,
Oh, wow,
hey,
I thought y'all can
hey,
hear me.
he
But
trying to close
hey,
that door.
check this out. Hey, I thought that nigga had something extra going
I,
on during the session. Hit your mute button, bruh. Shit getting down. Hit your mute button, bruh.
I think he was putting in some work, but I thought he was
yeah,
actually
Hey,
saying,
either putting some in or getting some performed on in here. One of the
yeah.
two.
nah, I ain't know y'all can
Good
still
thing.
hear me.
Yeah,
yeah,
buddy.
Oh yeah, but for what some things with everybody be know with that sensitive talk, you know how you gotta talk to them a certain way. But we do. That's after the third time when you go off on them. We told you this. They told you a nice way 3 times, and you don't understand it. That the time to go off. Cause
Well,
we
I don't
everybody
need
who
now
say
one of
that.
y'all telling me.
No, I'm saying everybody who be
I don't
saying
need
stuff
now
like
one of
that.
y'all telling me that stuff weak like that. Tell me direct, man. That go for
Yeah.
all y'all.
And ain't even no harsh nothing. It's just like if you tell you something, take it for what it is. If you don't agree with it, figure it out yourself and
Damn
all
right.
that. But if we talk to you nice, and you ain't get it, talk to you nice, and you coming over there barking. Man, hold on a second. Let me cut my chain loose. Let me take my this dog
uh,
out the
Right.
car. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Yeah. I don't want no subtle shit. This game ain't subtle. This ain't nothing subtle and soft about it. Hey, give it to me raw and uncut, man, in this purest form, so I have a clear understanding. Please don't call me
But
or talk to me dealing with me like I'm a child. Talk to me like a grown adult, so I can get where you coming from, man. It ain't got to be nasty, but deliver it raw so I can get it.
yeah, but I don't think really, like I said, I don't think the problem being delivery. It's the problem being the acceptance of what the information. Because I can go to
right.
you like M1. XYZ, this is what happened, this is what happened. You be like, for real? And even if you don't go all the way, you gonna go, you might go call going hard and say, hey man, nonsense said something like that, you know anything about this? So, but when I say, hey, N1, XYZ, man, who the hell is you? How you know about this? You
Hmm.
don't know about no XYZ. Oh,
Hmm.
my bad, N1. You tell me about XYZ. Well, I'm only in the alphabet A and B. So how do you know I'm
Yeah,
wrong?
right.
You
That's
just
the
you just want
scenario
you just
the
want
other
to
day.
you just don't want to hear me say that. That's the problem. You don't want
Yeah,
to hear me say that.
that was the
But
scenario the other day. You damn sure
but
right.
but I guarantee you go somewhere else and somebody who looks like the way you want them to look say, "Oh wow, I didn't even know that." Man, drop good gems. You're dropping
Hmm.
gems. Like, hold on. What?
Hmm.
Did I just say that? you had a problem with it.
What they dropping? What they dropping gems down?
Yeah, man, they dropping jewels.
What the fuck was you dropped there?
Yeah,
Drop
Shit.
a
exactly.
bomb.
Luke,
You know,
I
he
wasn't
dropped.
dropping nothing.
Yeah, you did. You drop a
In their
nuclear
eyes,
bomb in this whole situation because, first of all, it was something they wasn't expecting for everybody, and this and how you handled it. See, to me, those are big moments because what he's saying and what he said, everybody else was really listening to what Nonstop was saying. It wasn't about his delivery. It was about what he was actually saying. And he basically
yeah,
repeated himself, but in a different way. You heard it coming from him in a nice way. Now I'm gonna say the same thing, but now I'm gonna bring it up because you acting like you. I feel a little bit of disrespect, like you questioning
Yeah,
me.
yeah, exactly.
Hold on, that's a whole new different type of way of delivery now. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna deliver this a whole different kind of way because I felt a little sense of disrespect, like you questioning my ability to tell you what's fact.
Yeah,
No,
that's the
exactly.
part. Like, I don't mind the question. Ask the question. Go. I don't mind the question. Ask the question. And I'll tell you what this is what it is. This is what it is. Now hold on. Now this is about your 10th question. So I was usually ain't gonna believe nothing I say.
I'm gonna hit
right.
you. I'm gonna hit you with a slam dunk. Hey, don't that shit remind you? That was like a Jacob Bonner part two, right?
Oh shit! It was. I mean, you know, I've had so many. I think my number one was still Black Ice when he called, when he called
Ah,
live, when he made that phone call live on the show, and then to go on to somebody else's show and still say the same thing. Like, you know, we have the video, Ice. You know what you did. You heard what the man said. It was impossible. There was nothing to be disrespectful about it for him to get upset. But you see how that led to almost what nonstop happened for nonstop that night. You know,
Right, right.
brother didn't take that well. Just like Ice didn't take that well when he led up to that, when he picked up, he called the man. You called the man said, yeah, I remember them. Yeah, I remember doing that breed. And
He,
the most they're telling you, yeah, it did happen, and this is the kind of dog we got out of it. These dogs right here. Your part of calling the man was to tell me I was lying. That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
his
yeah,
point
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. You was hot about that shit. Yeah, Mo was hot about that shit because that's how y'all took it. Like basically, like, hold up, this nigga tried to get this dude shit on us like we was lying. So
Right.
yeah, I got you.
And then when it all come to the end, he go to talk about something else. Y'all remember that now? And everybody was like, "Oh Lord," he didn't apologize. He didn't say you was right.
Right,
He went
right
to
after
talk
the
about some
dude said,
on some other bullshit, and and it was like that killed the friendship kind of because he put himself in a bad situation and he couldn't even apologize. He couldn't even say, "Y'all was right, my bus." None of that. But go on another show and say, explain that conversation so different than what really happened.
or he went somewhere else, it made a whole nother narrative.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go check out Sport Dog Archives interview. Go check it out. I seen it. I ain't never, there was no reason for me to bring it out and bring up the issue, but it's the fact that you turn right around knowing damn well we got you and the phone and Lonzo on the goddamn, it's saved in the video. The video was out there, what really happened that day. That ain't the story you sitting over here telling, but I mean, I just look over the shit, but it was like he forgot that you did this live, bro.
Yeah,
You did it to yourself. We didn't do that to you. You was talking like we did something to you. You did that to yourself because you was trying to make us out of liars. You trying to
right.
tell us that we sitting here making up some shit. And we interviewing you and you doing this that you so stuck in your way of thinking that you gonna call the man. Yeah, that call the man. Shit. The man remember, I'm pretty sure he'll remember. Remember Lonzo was down there with us in Carolina before he moved to PA. The damn cop Cheryl Powell that introduced us to the game, him and Lonzo was partners. That's why, Old girl wound up in tornado shit because they were sending dogs back and forth. But see, it's just how Black Ice handled that. Just like the shit that NONSTOP went through that night. I didn't hear an apology. I didn't hear my bus, or I didn't hear, but I agree to disagree. Even if Black Ice had to say, well, I agree to disagree, I would have still gave, I would have just let that just go because you just heard it from the man's mouth and you still want to agree to disagree. But you're trying to disagree to what else is left. The fact is, it did happen. The fact is, we knew what we got out that litter. Ain't no problem. You're the one who was trying to make it out of a lie. But to come back for him, it's terrible. And I just always look at people different when you do shit like that.
Yep.
Like there's
And then
nothing wrong with
Ain't
being
no brother
wrong.
got them different.
right,
You just don't
No,
know. There's nothing wrong with being wrong.
there's nothing wrong with being wrong.
Yeah, like I thought the Bishop dog would have some fake stuff going with it because that's what people were told me. But I didn't have the whole information. And somebody in the chat like, nah, that Bishop dog is actually real. Recall Buck may got that BS with it, but the Bishop dog real. The cap is Chico stole some semen. So if you get some Bishop stuff from Chico, it might not be. So like, oh, that's what it is. I was wrong. I like good. I'm actually I was glad I'm wrong because I would love to get some of that Bishop stuff.
Right, correct me
right.
when
See
I'm
what I'm
wrong.
saying? All right.
But I ain't gonna stand. Nah, who is you? How do you know? How do you know those guys? Were you there
How
when those
old
guys?
are
Man,
you?
come on, man. Come on, man, bro. All right. Thank you for telling me the Bishop Dog stuff is real. Cause now I can go ahead and get my hunt back on for some of that stuff. Cause I had some of the gas stuff and
Yeah.
it was great. So they told me something new. I wasn't mad. I'm actually happy I'm wrong.
See what
I'm
I'm
actually
saying?
happy I'm wrong. Shoot, thank you. So Bishop stuff is real. All right, bet. Yeah. So I don't know. People just don't want
Hey,
to be
no,
wrong.
go
Yeah.
ahead. I got a I got a
Oh no, no,
question
no. That
though
was
when
it.
you get through.
I'm through.
This for you and Nah, stop this directly to you and I ain't trying to change the subject, but shit, we talking about bulldogs all together. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
bulldogging is
So
the subject. Bulldogging is the subject. That covers
Oh no,
life
no.
and
Go. Yeah, yeah.
everything.
No, no. Go ahead and say it again. My bad.
seeing 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 that y'all know and have seen, seeing that y'all know and have seen the stuff that Bert Soros put out there. How do y'all feel about the Soros blood coming from Mr. Parker?
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm losing. I'm getting out this hole, so I'm kind of going in and out. I just saw something about Mr. Parker and I haven't seen something. That's all. That's all I heard.
All I'm saying is both of y'all done seen the stock that Mr. Soros put out there. I'm asking y'all, what do y'all
uh,
think about the stock that Mr. Parker is putting out there off of Bert shit?
I think
I
he's
don't know too
sticking to,
much about it, to be honest with you.
Okay,
it's always been around for years. It was his way of reading. And then,
okay. You breaking up, huh?
can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Clearly now.
Okay. Um, Bert and Mr. Parker, they was always in cahoots anyway. But you remember how
Right.
Bert had always bred a certain type of way. Now, he had a foundation, but everything else was inbred into his foundation. So you know a Bert Soros dog when you see one
Oh
because
yeah.
they had that color and they had them ears
Yeah,
clipped
that's
all in.
They had the
So
color of the ears split, and most of them
yep,
had short stops. They didn't have a
yep,
long nose, long mouth.
exactly.
Most
You
of them
know a
had
Bert.
short stops and
Yeah,
carried
you
them
know a
traits
Bert
on.
Soros dog. Yeah, you'll know one when you see one. Now, Mr. Parker, he ain't doing nothing no different than Bert did. I mean, who's the student? Who's the teacher? That's what you need to ask yourself. How good of a student was Parker? because Bert,
Right.
he has a legacy based on his dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never liked them. I never liked
Yeah.
them. You know, that's
The
just
better
Right.
my
ones I
opinion.
seen were cross. The better ones I seen were always cross.
Right.
But
Well, I
yeah,
Everything.
just did. I
they were
just
doing.
did. I just did basically a 50-50 cross just to see what that side of the blood was going to bring to me. I needed some bone density. I wanted a little thicker hide, and I wanted a thinking dog instead of a straight all out barn storming dog. You see what I'm saying? And I used to run some surreal stuff, so I wanted to throw that in there to see if I can get them attributes, thrown into my stock.
Yeah. Now they
So
actually got some more
I'm hoping
recent
for the best.
crosses. They actually got some more recent crosses with them Sorrel dogs. That man, they it's kind of like they one that's doing well. And
If they are.
they're crossing with the Irish Jerry stuff. They're crossing with the Jeep stuff. They're crossing it with the Grand Champion Virgil stuff, and they're getting like some really, really good dogs. They even crossing it with some Mayday stuff.
Yep.
And they and,
I
and they
like
got
them
and they
also.
got and they got some good. They got some real good dogs in Mexico with some Mayday and Sorrel crossing it. Just saying.
Yeah. I like that
Well,
Bolio cross
I
they
tried
did.
it.
Yeah, well, that's because that Klaus Zeke, and is he really, how, what's the real
It's
pedigree
probably
on them dogs. So they
uh,
every time to the Bolio stuff, maybe they a little bit probably a little bit more related to Klaus and Zeke than most people want to admit. So that's why that
then
stuff always work.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to
But
hope for
see,
the best too, because I did a 50-50 cross, and I'm just hoping that it do good.
Bert knew that anyway. It didn't never stop him because actually he tightened up on this shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
now looking
good.
back, he know what it was. Just how
He
the way
knows
how he
Yeah,
bred. You can look how he bred,
exactly.
like, oh, all right.
Yup.
He
exactly.
been known that. We just ain't know that.
We didn't know that.
Well, that's why I was saying, y'all, you pay attention to the pedigrees, y'all, because
I wonder if Madison Parker ever created that
Well, that's
Ajax
what I did.
that he was trying to recreate.
No, I don't know, Bo.
Because he said he was trying to recreate Ajax.
yeah, but
But knowing the way he was breathing, he probably pulled it off, or maybe he didn't even do it. You never know, because hey, he was breathing though. He was breathing them good. At one point, they was something to have.
well, I'm gonna put it like
Hmm.
this, y'all.
And the good person asked that is Bo. Bo used to go to that man yard all the time and roll his dogs.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably was
He used to go to Burt
probably was
because his
smashing this
partner used to
shit.
get dogs from Burt. A whole bunch of dogs from Burt.
Oh, talk
I
about he
know he
thought
was
he
over
was
there. I know
smashing
he
this
was
shit.
going over there smashing this shit.
Hell yeah,
That's
J-Bo's fool with that shit.
So
what J-Bo.
he been on Burt yard and Burt go inside the house and tell him roll dogs. Him and Big Boy. He be in our chat. We see Cedric Henderson. Everybody say shout out Cedric. That's Big Boy. They used to go to Burt yard and roll dogs when Burt inside the house.
You see what White Chocolate say? Yeah.
I can't look at it right now.
He said if
Yeah.
you want good stock from that blood, stay away from Mickey Smith. Everyone that's from our neck of the woods knows truth with his Sorrel's blood.
Okay.
And
Well,
what's the secret behind that?
well, Bert gone, so we can't really put it on Bert though.
No, he's
Nah,
saying
nah,
whoever
nah.
that
It's
is
over
Mickey
with. Yeah,
Smith. He's
yeah.
talking about whoever Mickey Smith is. He's saying that's not a good representation of the Sorrel's blood. So he just giving a heads up.
Yeah.
Well,
Stay
Okay.
away from Mickey Smith. He say.
that's why I'm talking
Yeah.
shit about the old man old Parker. Was he a good student? Hell no. Because one damn thing you didn't have to worry about Mr. Sorrell. When he put one out there, he put a good one out there. Y'all know that. But he had more dogs than he had good ones. What you bet?
Oh yeah.
That's why the best one he ever put out to me was Ajax. And to me, if Noriega had been right, that wouldn't have been an issue. We don't get the controversy
Mhm.
behind that because they always, to me,
Mm-hmm.
they always picked and choose. You know what I'm saying? They did.
Mm.
Him and Andre used to be motherfucking butt buddies, I used to say. Y'all butt buddies and shit.
Who that Jerome man?
Yeah. ran Andre's ass out of dogs.
Ran him out.
Like, shit, he up there around the DMV, Buffalo, Rochester, Michigan. Shit, come on now. Him and Captain American, goddamn it, they went to selling dogs. Damn, out there matching. The brothers coming in here with some bulldogs. They ain't playing.
Sporting Dog Archive said Mr. Gray said Ajax had a brother that was bad. Said Ajax, uh, can you see it, Supreme? Because something blocked it, I can't see it.
Yeah, it said Ajax really only won 2 shows against Gus and Noriega.
Yep. Noriega had been right. He'd have had his ass out there in less than 30. But that's the story behind that. That's how, I give him that much
Yeah,
credit.
yeah,
I know the dog and I know the people.
yeah.
I know the situation.
See, my thing was I was trying to just get them attributes that I was looking for to add to my shit. And I figured since I was doing it basically a half and half, 50-50 cross type situation, that I might luck up. You know what I'm saying? I might luck up.
Man,
And
what
then
we
at the
tell y'all about
same
that
time,
lucking up shit? What we tell you about that goddamn lucking up shit? You coming here fucking up already. Talk about lucking up. I wouldn't
mm,
have done it. I got to be worried about being lucky with. The hell you doing? You got to feed that shit for the next 30
yeah,
years. What you really want? That's how you going in? Stop it. Let me stop you right now. You said you
well,
don't
well,
mind when it come like that. You
well,
said you don't mind when it
yeah,
come like this, right? All right, I'm just telling
right.
you. Especially with that
Yeah,
surreal
yeah, yeah.
shit.
That's what I mean. That's why
With
I
that,
asked, because of the simple fact I wasn't looking for no performance. I just wanted some bone density and whatnot, just to fucking see if it, the bone
well,
density, the tougher high, and a dog that's slower paced. You know what I mean? Just
well,
just to
surreal gonna
see.
give you that. It's the surreal part gonna give you that confirmation and that look. But you make sure you cut the damn ears so you can help people understand this is a surreal dog. So don't be looking for nothing fantastic but the look. You feel me? Don't get all
Yeah,
hyped
yeah.
up.
That's all.
Just go with the look and then promote the look because that's all he ever did.
Yeah,
They really wouldn't
that's
shit
all.
outside of picking and choosing. And the great Bert Sorrell. So that then your brother started eating his ass up.
Yeah, that's what I was after though. That look, the bone density, and the tougher, little tougher hide. And that was all I was gonna do with that anyway. And then at the same time, I wasn't nowhere close to nobody neither that I needed to be around to do something really, really, really awesome. But hey, you know, it was the first one for her, so it ain't gonna be too bad on her at all.
I
I
think
waited till
Bert
she was
went around
mature.
and put that Gaston shit into his shit. I felt then that he was on to something because he's getting
Hmm.
outside. He got outside of his norm. You know, like Nonstop was saying about the polio shit, because the polio shit was pretty good, y'all. I'm just being honest, because it made a part of his foundation. But like you said, that goes back to that Zeke and the Cloud shit, because it's all, he was trying to tighten up some shit. But he was never going to get another Ajax for all the reasons that he ever did. Because I didn't think Ajax was shit.
Hey, yo, Clint, I ever tell you. One time y'all had me so motherfucking mad. I had a dream. I was mad at y'all so much. I had a dream. I was in the basement with you motherfuckers, and I was talking shit. You niggas had jerry curls and member only member only sweatsuits on. Mo had his motherfucking pants leg tucked in his sock. Y'all talking shit. We was bulldog, and I'm just letting you know.
Back in the day, Bulldog.
Yeah, back in the day, shit, man, it was a little different because once you get in that box, that's a fight in itself. Be scrapping all on the floor trying to get position and all types of shit. Whole lot of shit going on. Y'all know how that shit went.
And then y'all think y'all had the girls.
Shoulder bumping, elbows getting cold,
And
getting
then y'all
down
Yeah,
on all fours and
then
everything.
y'all say y'all had the girls too.
yeah,
I could,
shit.
yeah,
I walk right up in there with them.
yeah.
Shit, have my girl and her girlfriends and shit. Everybody have a good time today. We bringing the women. Shit.
Well, y'all be talking y'all shit, boy. You don't know how many times I was saying, Drake, let Saki bite their ass, man. They keep coming up saying,
Man, that had you mad, huh?
hey, salute GHK.
I know it sounds crazy sometimes, man, but look, man, if y'all don't get nothing out of us, man, just I'm going to tell you like this, man. We two of the realest motherfuckers you ever going to know when it comes down to these Bulldogs on this podcast shit, outside of my boys
Yeah.
over there at 7-8. Because
Yes, sir.
I know they've been there, man. They've been there. They have things to talk about, bruh. Come on.
Salute, GHK Reloaded. Salute.
Them
Right.
ain't no fake ass. Them boys is real. They've been in the trenches. They know what it feel like to hold that real deal between their legs.
If Mo listening, yeah, Mo, yeah, I had you pictured with your pants leg tucked in your socks and stuff.
Oh my gosh, no, you're tripped out, man. Mo come in with a full Dickie overall suit.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, Mo Bulldogging for real. Okay, Mo. Okay,
Bulldog.
Mo.
Man,
Mo got the Diggy joint on. All right, Mo. Salute.
Mo
And guess what? I had a
Bulldogging
black one
and
when I
gang
was with my
banging.
black dog. I had a brown one when I was with the Buckskin dog.
you're saying too much. Nah, stop.
All
Nah, stop.
right, all right,
Oh
all right, all
my
right,
God.
all right.
Hey, nah, stop. You
Hey,
gotta know. You know all the tricks of the trade and keep them tight, baby.
I
Keep
look,
them
I look,
tight.
I look like a bear. I look like a bear over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, right.
hey, I come in with my jumpsuit on, but nonstop I got to steal your color formula. I've been doing the jumpsuit when I was young, but I keep that in the repertoire for my memory from now on.
Yeah, man. That look.
This is how nonstop
All
used to do it.
all the tricks of the trade, man. That's what the nonstop. He absolutely right. Mo had a couple of them. Depending on what dog it was, the color matching. So when he got down, was over that, he made it hard for the dog to see. Now we didn't
Mm.
just come up with that. That was just part of the games and the tricks. See that box is a whole new different conversation based on once you in
Hmm.
there, all the things that you got to be able to do to even control that situation. You just ain't standing there looking at nothing. The ones who have done it and understand what we talk about, we need to take every legal advantage that we could possibly have when we went in the competition because they show the hell they doing the same thing we supposed to be doing. Some just do it better. How we gonna find out? We'll know by the end of the night. But all the little tricks of the trade, nonstop, just put that one
Mm-hmm.
up because he's absolutely correct. That dinky, and they came in different colors. And you had that one that was when you're dealing with a buckskin dog.
Uh-huh.
It just blended in perfect.
Mm-hmm. And I'm wearing my camo when I got a brindle.
Yes, sir. Get that camouflage when you got that brindle, he'll disappear. Sit right there between your legs. But even though we didn't need them, that's just that extra thing that we added to our kennel. There's a lot of things that we did. We learned a little bit from Maurice Carver. Learned a little bit from Don Mayfield. Don Mayfield always had, you had that certain color on it, and you pulling that dog in. You know how track runners, how they be in the block. And,
Mm-hmm.
they sit back. Well, we used to do that. Put that
Yep.
knee down there.
Put that one knee down and
Yeah, you know it. You know exactly.
all you gonna see is his head if you see that.
That's all you're gonna see. And when you come up, he got something to brace on when he push off. As you coming up, he got
Mm-hmm.
that push, firing like a bullet. Because he
He,
used to
mm,
that. He been brought up like that. You holding him in and give him that little
We used to call
and
that
and
sending them.
and the ones,
send him.
and the ones
Yeah.
when you feel like this one might not go. You gotta tuck them front legs in and make them trip over stuff to make them start walking on over there.
Right. You pulling him in now. You got him by the chest. Now you got him his front legs up off the ground
Because
because
when
you
you
know
let it go, he gonna stumble,
he gonna stumble, but he
and you
gonna get
hopefully he
himself
stumble
together.
across.
Yeah. All he
I'm
got to
not.
do is start out that way.
So I seen some cats that were so slick with it. Uncle Rudy, man, he'll have that sucker down and hold you down and let you come all the way over there. and he got away where he can. When his dog jump up, he jumping up dead in your throat.
Hmm.
He keep him down. He hold the dog down, his head down. I seen people do that. Hold it. So
Yeah.
when you scratch and then, so of course when it come up, when you get close enough, they let the dog go. So of course naturally the dog is gonna come from the top, from the bottom, and just jump up, and he end up right in their chest, right in their throat. Like he put him where he want him at.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, for sure. All type of tricks to the trade, man. All type of tricks to the trade. All types. That was a good. That color scheme is a damn good one. I never used to look at it like that when I back in the day when we were playing around. I never used to look at it like that. That was the first.
And you work them. What you gonna wear that night?
Mm.
Okay.
They gonna smell. They gonna smell like that. They gonna that suit ain't never gonna get washed. He gonna feel good in there. He gonna feel like he got somebody with him in there. Ain't just one dog in there. It's two. It's you and him against the other
Already.
dog.
That's the way it went, fellas. Actually, we tried to make it 3 because I was
Oh yeah.
always there for part of it. I'm always gonna be on the other end. I'm gonna be somewhere where I can have the advantage. When they hear my voice, they're gonna react to my voice. But all that, all the little things we mentioned is just some small things to everybody else, but these are big things to us that gave us the advantage. Because if you don't know what he's doing, then don't worry about it. Because they used to trip out on Mo when Mo used to tell the dog, Mo would be like, go here. And he would point. And it might have a good chest hold. And all of a sudden, boom. He said, man, is that dog actually listening to him? Hell yeah, that dog listening to him.
Oh yeah. I send him anywhere I want him to go. Point, snap and
I'm a
point, and he going. He trusts me
damn
that
right.
much.
He trusts me that
He
much.
trusts me
Damn
that
right.
much. He come up out of hole, go where I want him to go. He knows.
He ain't gonna just stand there and
I
try to
tell you
figure
something
out.
else I used to do. I used to sit like say it was just one of our dogs, and I wasn't doing it. I sit on the opposite corner. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? It wouldn't say nothing for a whole minute unless it was necessary. But
Mm-hmm.
if I say something, oh boy, he really he motherfucker definitely coming for show now. If you had some doubts, because he only dealing with those two people, feeding him and exercising him and working. He got a bond. He know you want him to come on. You ain't got to say nothing. He know the routine, so he go come. But when you do say something, it's extreme. It's time, to really buckle down. Because now, he calling me through. He sees
Yeah.
something I don't know. Yep,
And they're gonna react to your voice. They will react to your
to
voice.
your voice. That's why I used to do it. I used to sit
They,
across.
right. They hear you and that tail will go up and all of a sudden you see this straight shake crazy monster going off because he heard your voice and he know now he's comfortable now because he heard you.
That's right.
That's why they ain't never in there by themselves. You better be in there looking them in the eye and talking to them. All that is just all a part of raising them, man. You got to have some type of relationship with these dogs to be able to get the best that you're going to get out of it and giving the dog a fair chance regardless of what you're doing with the dog. I wouldn't give a damn if it was treadmill racing or climbing up the wall. That dog can do anything for you. That's what makes them so special. You know?
Yes, sir. Salute that.
Oh
That's a
yeah, you
bullet
gotta have that
right
bond.
there. Yes, sir. Gotta have that bond.
That's the most
And, I,
important thing. You gotta have that bond.
and,
That
and see,
dog got
I
to that dog got to know you love him, and once he know you love him, and you gonna stay by his side. That motherfucker do anything for you.
anything, anything. And see, that was, I would say that was 90% of the dog men that we knew all had in common. They all made that a issue to make sure you have a bond with your dog. Or they ain't all the same. But just think about Supernat. When we on his yard, and this is a 6-time winner, y'all, walking around the yard with us with a yard full of dogs. Y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Grand champion,
I used to be confused.
grand champion Yellow
Virgil was
Buck.
like that.
Virgil was like that, right? Grand champion Yellow Buck was like that. He was
That
running
used to
around
confuse me.
with back.
I used to be confused about that, because when I was young and I would see something like that, first thing I do is turn around and go the opposite way. You know what I mean? Uh, I saw when I first saw a man who kept his dog in the house. He didn't stay outdoors. He didn't live on no chain. He didn't stay in no kennel. This dog stayed in the house. His wife used to sit up and color the dog nails. That type of shit. And the motherfucker will eat your ass alive. You understand me? Anything you put in front of him, it better be ready because he wasn't nothing to fuck with. And this motherfucker stayed in the house his whole life, getting his nails and shit done, pampered like a little girl, and was some of the meanest shit you ever wanted to fucking see. And I used to be confused. How in the fuck is they pulling this shit off? It's how the dog bred. And then you got to bond with that dog. That dog in love with these folks. He in love with that man. You
They
think he ain't gonna do
special.
whatever he need to do?
They be special like that, man. And the thing is, that same dog, if you show him, he see that box, he would immediately become a totally different dog. Just by
Totally
seeing
different dog.
just by seeing it.
Uh-huh.
Yup.
Just by seeing the damn
That's true.
box.
That's how Solo Dotman Brown, his champion dog. When it will see the scale, it's over with.
Oh yeah.
It's
So
over with. I'm talking about he can just see the scale, and then and you gotta hurry up and
that,
get into the box because it might start biting him because he know it's time to do something. I'm talking
Right.
about just lose
that's
his
right.
mind on the scale.
That's
Ain't even
right.
get to the box yet.
That's right.
Hold on, this what you about to do?
That's right.
Oh my!
And it is hard to, and make it hard for you to handle him and hang him and everything because the son bitch know what time it is. He done went crazy.
You know when
He done seen what it take to weigh in. He know what time it is. He ready. And you might get nipped if you don't hurry up and get the situation over and done because this motherfucker crank. He crunk up. He ready to go. You know,
right.
a lot of folks, a lot of folks don't understand that, and then they fuck around and hold them too long, and the dog get too excited, and you get nipped. Oh shit! He done fucked around and bit me. That dog wasn't trying to bite you. That dog ain't trying to bite you. That dog wanted you to turn him loose. He wasn't trying to bite you. He was trying to nip you. Tell you, let me go. I'm ready to go. Turn me loose. You know, it ain't
I'm gonna tell you,
aggressive bite. It's the dog want to get turned loose.
Brad was like that. Brad will
She was.
bite. Shit, what? Shit, Brad see the scale. She was going nuts. By the time Mo would have her in the box, she would still have her collar on her to help him hold her
Yeah.
because she was trying to, you know, she was, she was just a vicious ass dog. You see, when Victor and everybody had to deal with her, mad Mark Davis, he ain't have 24 hours to send her back. Victor had her mouth taped up. I mean, she was a hard keep and a hard one to handle, but you didn't have to worry about it once you cut her loose. All we got to do is get her there. She
Yeah.
you got to have everybody move completely out the way because now she's ready to buy any and everything around her. Couldn't wait to
Right. Right.
face the damn dog because she's crump at this point.
Yeah.
She's finna let
Yeah.
it all
Yeah.
go. And to me, that's what made her special. Even though she was a hard keep, crazy ass dog, but man, I ain't have to worry about being there all night with her. And then when it was all
Yeah.
said
But
and done, she would be that way for at least the rest of the day because she wasn't there long enough. Keep the
She wasn't there long
cage.
enough.
Nope. Be out of there and back in the damn tearing up some shit. Hearing shit barking, she ain't gonna settle down.
Who's that laughing? Who's,
Brat,
who's that laughing?
it was.
Y'all crazy shit.
Hey, because I done seen him like that, and I can just imagine that red bitch acting like that. That would have been something to see, because hey, I done seen him like that. But a dog of that caliber, I have never seen on that scale act like that. You know, from what I know about her, that was a bad bitch, boy. That was a super bad bitch, boy. And just imagine her straight on bat shit wild, and you trying to handle her. Shit, that little ball of fire squirming and bucking and scratching your ass trying to get out.
I mean,
Shit.
he had to have the collar on her to be able to control
To
her
hold her
head.
damn head. Damn right. Or she gonna fuck around. Hell yeah.
Ain't no skin hole, none of that. You gotta have something when you got her. And that's how he
Yeah, I
used to
love that.
snatch. Hold her between her legs and unstrap that collar. And then when they say release the dog, he let her go. But that collar, in order for him to handle her, she had to have that collar because he didn't have no control over her. All that fight, turning and squilling between his legs and fighting it at you the whole time,
Yeah.
trying to get. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. But yeah, she
Oh boy.
even after the fact, she used to eat up the dog, eat up the pen he had her in. And you know how that on that door, that's some thick ass metal, right? She,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
used to she used to bend that shit.
With the 2 gauge wire,
Yeah, that 2 gauge wire that on the door. She used
pressure. God
to
damn.
bend that shit all up and down, and the ones that be on the side, the little breathing thing, all it just ate that shit straight out.
Now I had one to eat one through the breathing slats on the side, and he fucked his mouth up. But I never recovered it. I never recovered him. He pushed out the front door of my trailer back in the day. He ate out his kennel and then pushed through the front door of the trailer because the trailers in Florida open. You know, saying you got to push the doors out. You don't close them from the inside of the house in Florida. We close our doors from the outside in. So shit, he
Right.
was able to get to the bottom corner of that trailer tin door, and he was so stout. He knew that was the weak point. He'd push out. I get off work and see my damn door on the bottom pushed out. I already know. Chulo done got out and he ain't in the goddamn house. I went in there. That bottom of that damn carrier was full of damn saliva and blood, and he come up out of there, and I never seen him no more.
See,
$2,000 dog gone.
that's that type of shit right there. Because that's what make them special to me. They all gonna have that little quirk about them. It's just depending on how you utilize it and what purpose you're using it for. That's why we don't shy away from what we did. I'm not going to sit here and be ashamed of what I did because I didn't create this. I was just a part of it. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that I loved every last dog we ever had.
Yes, sir.
They were special for that purpose. They were good at that purpose. That's what this game was built on, fellas. Even when they didn't have titles and, Mo made a good point. Look at all that black shit on there. But he go in there and say, you see, look at the men. They all look at all them names and they seem like they knowing each other. Look what they doing. We try to share that with you to give you an idea of regardless of what you do. American Pit Bull Terrier is going to be the ultimate warrior regardless. He's climbing up a wall, running that treadmill. If you're doing him right, he's going to be the best that he can be for you. You just have to put him in the position to do it. And are you qualified to even put him in the position to do it? That's what made the dog game what it was.
Yes, sir.
They just wasn't throwing shit together, man. They was actually doing it for the purpose. We were trying to show, being the history, you can't go back and change the history. The good thing about the history, you get a chance to understand the results of what it did and find out, is that what you're trying to do? You know, that's what makes the game, you know, competitive, because it takes more than just the dog. It takes the man behind the dog. And it's just a matter of who's the man behind the dog. That's the man you want to question. Why'd you do what you did? Why'd you do that? And they'll be able to tell you. Well, no hope and no prayer. They'll be able to run it down to you. And most of you, the OGs and the ones who don't put in that work, they completely understand what that means. You can have a good dog and be a bad owner and mess up a good dog. Noriega was an example of that. Because you spent all that money for that dog, wasn't gonna make you a better dog, man. Because when you wanted to do it yourself, and the dog lost. You ain't never put a dog through shit before in your life, but if he felt like he wanted to do that, he should have let Havana go ahead and do that last one against Ajax. That's how I feel about it. So, but these are the things that I be telling people when y'all be dealing with these dogs. You have to be aware whether you're walking in the dog park, walking down the street, or even feeding them and just walking out there feeding and cleaning up shit. How much time is you really spending with that dog? What's the purpose of why you're doing what you're doing with that dog? Because there's no reason to be in these dogs if they don't have a purpose. Even if you're breeding dogs to sell dogs. Come on now. If that was the case, the crackheads would have been making more money than the dope dealers. Y'all know what I'm saying, though? This is my brother, right?
Yeah. Make it make sense. He just did. Hell yeah, I understand.
So that's how I be looking at the game. A bunch of crackheads trying to get some shit off, and it's, you know, sooner or later that shit right then, man. And then you already know how we felt about people who was out there doing that shit. You know, the ballers, we look at them kind of people. We got to get them out the neighborhood. They over there selling soap and it's all kind of crazy ass shit.
Oh shit!
You know, that street life, it ain't no different than that dog, because we got all types to do all types of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just how you handle it. We're gonna handle it the same way we handled it when we was on the streets. I catch y'all here. One more time out here with this bullshit, you know, you're gonna have problems. You know, because you want to have respect for the community. I was always one, regardless of what I did, I was always gonna put and give back to my community, regardless of what it was and how it was, regardless of what I was doing. I always looked out for the community, the people around me.
Only the projects. Only the projects.
I wish I had a
no. Listen, projects. I mean, Precious said, not the soap.
So, y'all know the soap deal. They was running around there selling some motherfucking soap.
Flexing and warning motherfuckers with the Sino.
Right. How many times it was so many crackheads? I see why so many of them was doing it, because they was getting away with it.
Yeah, they when I was a kid, they taught me how to come up. Well, I done did it a few times when I was a kid just to get on. Sell $100 worth of soap and go get a pack. I'm on.
Yeah. They had all kinds of schemes out there, but that one right there, it got a little bit over just because everybody, it would have worked for one. Everybody else felt like they could do it. Now you got a whole bunch of crackheads complaining because they don't know what's real and what ain't. You know what I mean? Don't that sound like the Bulldog community right now?
And you ain't lying.
Y'all know what that shit look like. We done seen it before. Same activity. You got the babies out there, and then you got the real ones just sitting back. How long y'all gonna let that shit go on? On the streets, we didn't let it go on too long. Because you're messing up
But I
shit.
got that drop.
Yeah.
But I got that drop. You straight come get your ass woo.
And then wondering why you get the best deals from the crackhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The
Doing
prices is
dubs.
too low for what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Dubs and shit, yeah. For real.
dubs and shit. Hey, what is you doing? I mean, the same thing I be seeing these people do for the dogs, and then people just doing it because they don't know no better. They riding with that shit because I feel like they just don't know no better. But I would think, as good as some of them crackheads that I knew, they were never gonna get the foo run on them. But it was just the fact that they was out there amongst them kind of crackheads, and y'all doing it to them. Come up.
So don't forget the sheetrock gang.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't forget the sheep.
Bro.
Oh my gosh,
Yep.
the sheetrock game got ridiculous, didn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
Home Depot was running out of sheetrock when they learned that you go home and take that paper off and wet that shit and then press that shit. You just looking like you got one of a fish scale brick like a mug.
Grand champion Mayday Joe.
Right. Like that. And get that shit off like that.
You might as well, they might as well stamp Grand Champion Mayday a picture of Mayday on the brick.
Put that on the brick. Just that deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Just that deal.
On the brick of sheetrock, yes, sir.
You done got a block of sheetrock. And then, is that worth killing somebody over for your stupidity? See, that's what I look at things,
Nah, shit go down like that, though. You right. You ain't that lying, though. Shit go down like that, though. You talk real talk right there. For real. For real.
I might have to go kill this nigga, man. But I mean, that, because I would never put myself in a position for that to be done to me. If you got me, you maybe got me one time, but I ain't never been got like that.
Hey, sometimes, though, I ain't gonna front. It is a job for them to get it off, though. Salute them for having the balls, so they go get it off. Yeah.
Look, when they out here selling sperm, like, look, y'all heard this. I know I ain't the only one heard it. When a dude was out there selling puppies supposed to be off a Jeep. Y'all heard that?
Hell no.
No, I ain't heard that one, OG.
Oh yeah, it's out there. These dogs is off a Jeep, and then tried to tell me the Jeep had straws, y'all.
Damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know nobody who has straws.
There was them new straws, them new straws, them paper straws.
I mean, of all dogs, I'm thinking y'all could have picked any dog, but y'all go back and say Jeep. Y'all went back and said,
"Hey, I guess they say if they gonna do it big." Oh.
Hey, look, and because of what you said, the fact that they have the nerve to do it, though, the fact that they had the nerve to pull street to even do it, man. They put that time in, put that block together, and go out there and take that money, man. They take balls, twin. You damn right, they take some balls. To me, you playing with your life.
They is. They might. Some of them get held accountable for that type shit. But
that's right.
But hey, I ain't gonna act like I don't know that it take balls to do that shit.
Yeah, that's how they do it with these dogs, man. That's exactly how they do it. Oh man, they out there selling that boo boo. But I just said, now you really took some balls to get out there. And is this community that bad that y'all are actually listening to this man talk about these Jeep dogs off Jeep?
Hey yo,
in 2025.
Hey, I think it depends too. Just like it depends who has the good dog in and shit. It depends who has that sheetrock in too. Because if it's in the
Yeah,
right hands, if it's in the right hands, it might be a good come up. I done seen people come up,
look,
shit.
look. All they can say, hey, look, when they do, you know the move. When you get like that, look, I'm just putting out there the way I got it.
Right.
I'll take care of you the next round, but I gotta get rid of this shit right here. You know, you ain't gonna be sitting there holding on to it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You ain't gonna be sitting there holding to it. And that's the same way they do the dog thing, though. They ain't gonna sit there on it. They gonna sit there and somebody somewhere gonna come by it. Because they gonna believe the story. Why? Because they don't know no better.
hey, man.
Hey, you
Hey.
see what dog that? Look at the next comment on these sport dog shit.
Yeah, look what sporting dogs. Look what Jay. Yeah.
What they say? What they say? What they say?
He
Nigga,
said
Dude
got
trying
scroll
hit
to
with
sell
down,
me a half
nine
scroll
and
a
a
down.
bag
half.
of dude trying to sell me a half a bag of Wit Dixie dog food.
Nah, go to dog man comment. Go to J Bo comment.
He said got hit with 9.5 feet of sheetrock, bought a curb. He already quit, and I didn't know for 1,500. Both hurt. The son of a bitch already quit. He bought it for 1,500 and the got hit with a half. Got hit with a 9.5 foot sheetrock. Hey, I know that hurt.
Damn right.
Ooh,
Hey, hey,
yeah,
Bo,
but you got hit. Woo, nine and
Bo,
a half of them.
did you make him?
A quarter. Ooh, I see what he's saying now. Look at it again, y'all. He said that was 9.5 of them, boy. I hit for and 1,500.
Oh,
God
Oh,
damn.
oh, I got,
Yeah,
I got.
yeah. Look at it again.
damn.
Yeah,
He said nine.
exactly. Nine and a half,
He
a
probably
little
bought
over the quarter.
he probably bought it from a good camp. A good camp represented that sheetrock good. For him to get it. They had
Hey,
Yeah, that was a
Bo,
loss. That was an L. Shit.
hey, Bo, did you get it back off? Did you pass it on?
that's no, that's non-stop. That ain't Bo. That's non-stop. That's non-stop in the chat, y'all. That ain't Bo. That's non-stop in the chat. And he right up here. That's how he do.
I just
Yeah,
want to know.
That's why I thought it was both.
Did you pass it on? I mean, did you just take it, leave it, or did you just go ahead and pass it on, making somebody else headache?
He said that was a bad week.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's like some of the people that be having them dogs. They like to do one of the problems we have with the vessel dude, right? Dude went over there and he wanted the and I think we told y'all a story about Mateo. The dude all the dogs vessel dude bought the dog and came back to us and he wanted to put the dog on Pretty Mama. I want to see what the dog did against her. So I said, okay. Dog got mopped up in 20 minutes, y'all. And then on top of that, it quit. Dog actually quit in 10 minutes, but I wouldn't let him pick the dog up. He wanted to stop it before it quit. But I said, no, you went over there and bought that shit. Now you're going to bring it over here. You're getting this look for free. Get your ass back. You know what I mean? Get your ass back. You wanted to see. But that's something else they took to heart because he tried to take the dog back to the man. And the man wouldn't take the dog back. And so that put somebody else out there to talk shit on the man. You know, the man, dogs ain't shit. And then try to go sell it to somebody else as a two-time winner. You know, but that same, that guy, his story about what happened with Pretty Mama was a little different. But I can see when you're trying to get $2,500 for a dog, you're trying to make her a two-time winner. Trying to sell it. But don't put my name up in the shit.
Right. He told her.
Because when they call us and want to know, I'm like, that damn shit quit. What's the color of the dog? Black and white. Got a little patch by the eye. That same ass dog, man. Don't buy that shit. Don't buy that shit, man. That dog done quit. Man was a two-time winner. He just got the damn dog.
What'd
I
you
mean,
say?
but
What'd you say, Mike? You said, "Oh no, you want to see you want."
oh no, no, hell yeah, he wanted to stop. No, hell no, get your ass back. Get your ass back.
Said you finna live through this.
Oh yeah, 'cause I knew he picked the wrong dog for one. Mama, you know, mama was not like a brat, but mama was a motherfucker. She looked like a male, so I can understand him wanting to see something. But he could have picked any other dog in the yard. I told you I was 40-something dogs. Why you pick her? Specifically said I want to see her against a champion. Oh, you didn't pick the brat, but you're gonna pick her? Okay.
Another one of them jumps. Now he done came to y'all. Well, he got he got the dog from another camp, but he bought it already with work done. And come straight to y'all, come straight to y'all, try to show up.
It
and
Damn.
then
got brutalized.
went to the top. Then went to the top of y'all food chain too. Like try to go to the top of y'all food chain. Like, yeah, no, I want that one.
He came over there with a Mortal Kombat cheat code, got whooped.
Got brutalized.
That's how it go, man.
There you go.
He must be on mute, fell off. What's up, Cat? Salute the Cat brothers in the house. Salute the Cat brothers in the house. Salute y'all. Nonstop, your mic fell off. You
Salute.
fell off nonstop.
He probably working.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Twin GHK fell off.
Yeah, I fell off. Shit.
Hey, look,
He got
check it
some
out.
hell of a perspective, don't he?
Huh?
He got some hell of a perspectives and outlooks on shit to make you really understand, man.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
We've been on
Shit.
about 3.5, man. I'm finna cut up out this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap it up too, Supreme. I'm ready to wrap it on up, bro. Hey, salute y'all for coming through, man. Another good one down in the project and shit. Salute Samurai Kennels. Salute everybody in the building. Y'all already know how we go. Salute y'all. I catch y'all
Salute.
at the next go and salute to GHK for coming through. GHK Reloaded. Brother Mike came through
Appreciate you.
and blessed. And I'm gonna go ahead, y'all go ahead and make the rounds, bro, and take us on out here, bro.
Man, I
Oh
just
yeah,
want to
it's
say salute the
nonstop.
chat, man. I want to
Catch me
salute
over
the
there at
panel,
Dogman
man. And
TV book.
Yeah, I like that. Everybody, yeah, let's get it. Go ahead and do it. Try it again. Shit.
Now do your thing. Do your thing.
I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna go last. Shit, my bad.
It's Granddad Supreme, man. I'll holler at y'all, man.
Granddad over. Salute Granddad. Paw, Paw over there.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. Y'all can catch us tonight. Dogman TV, Bulldog with Bo. Shout out to Top Shelf Bo. We see y'all tonight.
Salute.
All right, man. This M1, man. I like to salute everybody that was on the panel for show. Salute the chat, man, and let's keep it real, man, with this thing, man. Let's do it the right way, man, and not the wrong way, man. Everybody be held accountable for what you do. So that way you got to think first before you do something, man. Just keep that in mind.
Yes, sir. On that note, all right. Salute Bulldog community, Samurai family, Shogun Army for life. I see y'all. Salute. Y'all have a good one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.